Thinking outside the box, Zillion Victor, time bomb printer, 1, 2, meta shifter, not a quitter, fighting for LPP, Snnuy, misspelled his own name, Snnuy, 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 he brightens up my day like the sun in the sky, never misplays, wait, is that deny? Oh my, no, screw Ionia. Thinking outside the box, Zillion Victor, time bomb printer, 1, 2, meta shifter, not a quitter, fighting for LPP, Snnuy, misspelled his own name, Snnuy, 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 he brightens up my day like the sun in the sky, never misplays, wait, is that deny? Oh my, no, screw Ionia. Thinking outside the box, Zillion Victor, time bomb printer, 1, 2, meta shifter, not a quitter, fighting for LPP, Snnuy, misspelled his own name, Snnuy, 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 he brightens up my day like the sun in the sky, never misplays, wait, is that deny? Oh my, no, screw Ionia. Thinking outside the box, Zillion Victor, time bomb printer, 1, 2, meta shifter, not a quitter, fighting for LPP, Snnuy, misspelled his own name, Snnuy, Snnuy, he brightens up my day like the sun in the sky, never misplays, wait, is that deny? Oh my, no, screw Ionia. Thinking outside the box, Zillion Victor, time bomb.
Hello chat, how doing? We're back with some Runeterra. Bazaar has not been abandoned. Don't worry. It's just Bazaar's pretty slow on the updates currently, so I'm waiting to give it another shot. But I'll probably do a Bazaar stream soon again. Death to Chronos. It was so fun, man. I will probably do another Hades stream. I had a really good time with it. I'm already, like, pretty much only playing roguelike deck builders, so, you know, might as well. I think the AMA for today is in, like, 2 hours. So we could check out what that is. Could check out what's up with that. That would not be bad. I did not want to get spoiled, so I skipped the stream. Yeah, smart. Hello, Vase Ray. Welcome. So a couple of things I want to do. I want to do a budget build with Fiddle, see what it's like. And no more Bazaar content. I will still be streaming Bazaar. I'll be streaming Bazaar pretty soon, but there have been very little updates on Bazaar, and viewership isn't really going up for Bazaar either. So I'm kind of just like waiting for them to add some new stuff, and then I'll be back on the Bazaar grind. I do have some videos coming out though on the Bazaar. In 11 days, we have a new patch as well. That should be pretty exciting. Do I still have my... I think I still have my Nova Crystal, actually. Yeah, Spirit Blossom Nova Crystal. I don't know who I'd use it on. I probably use it on Teemo. Teemo is just the most fun. Spirit Blossom Teemo. Wait. I'm missing the mana gem. Oh, I don't have enough. Do you have any intention for PvP content? So here's the deal, right? There's this video. I'm gonna pull it up really fast. There's this Master Yi video. I'm pretty... this was a Master Yi video, and I posted here. 1K likes, and I upload a PvP video this week. You can ignore the this week part, but it's 30 likes. 30 likes, and we're there. So, you know, some PvP content might be just around the corner. There is that. I'll take that. I'll take that. So bonus stars. 20 Nexus health. Support cards have an additional item. I don't have enough for that. Do I need to own any body pillow to watch the stream? You need to have a Sunny body pillow. Yeah, they're in pretty short supply though. They're selling like hotcakes. So if you want a Sunny body pillow, you gotta be fast. That's all I'm gonna say. I think I have literally everything. Yeah, okay. I mean, I might as well buy this then. Old cards need makeover so bad. Just discovered Mega Inferno Bomb spell card, and it is shit. Yeah, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. There are cards that were bad in PvP. Cards that never saw play in PvP. And most of these cards are even worse in Path of Champions because the roof for good cards is like so much higher. So cards that were bad in the past for PvP will pretty much never be good in Path of Champions unless the devs put like some ridiculous item on it, like give this card -4 mana, then it might be playable. But on average, unless it has an insane item, you're never picking it. I think that's not like necessarily a really bad design that cards can have items, but yeah, I feel like sometimes the baseline could be a little bit better. Okay, let's start with the Fiddle. So, Fiddle is easily my favorite champion. And what I want to do is show a budget way of playing him. There are a lot of different ways to play Fiddlesticks. The main one is using stuff that just hits and pings the Nexus a lot. So you're constantly terrifying the enemy Nexus, which you can see right here. So Terrify is obliterate X card from the top of the enemy deck, activating any traps on them. But this says round. Oh, right, this is the entire text. Terrify 1 for each time you've damaged the enemy nexus this round. So you can hit an enemy nexus for 50 damage. You hit it once, or you can impact it and deal 1 damage to it like 20 times, and then you mill them, right? I think on a budget deck, that's really hard to do. Because with this playstyle, you usually don't even really care about Fiddlesticks because he's in the deck anyway. So I personally really like this build because now you're actually playing for his minions. And Fiddlesticks when he comes out. Fiddle gets summoned for free, so Gale Force is fine. The only unfortunate thing about Gale Force is that it's possible that he comes out on the enemy turn. But that should still be fine, because if you shuffle him into your deck, it's not that big of a deal. This is the budget build I like to go for. There are definitely other ways of doing it. I personally just really like getting a really big benefit once you get Fill out of your deck. So let's go with that. Let's try out this budget build. And then I will still take it to like the highest adventure I can find. We could do it here. I already did that once though. World adventure. Could go against Lysandra. Go against the Dragon Sire. Or I can just do it here as well. I'm gonna go against the new Teemo. Yeah, let's do that, sure. Go against new Teemo. I feel like this might not be the hardest adventure, but it's definitely the one that messes with you the most. So, Explosive Entrance is the single best power for Fiddlesticks. If you get this, you basically win the game. The center's probably the hardest. I think so. Yeah, so honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. If you are struggling on an adventure with Fiddlesticks, which you probably shouldn't because he is the best champion in the game, but if you are struggling, just reset until you find Explosive Entrance, and you win for free. And I'll explain why immediately. You can pretty much see it right away. Because I just explained how it's really important that you just do as many instances of damage on the enemy nexus as possible. Now you can imagine that if I deal 1 every time I summon something, while I'm summoning a bunch of stuff for free through nightmares, that's gonna go pretty fast. It's gonna go real fast. Did they remove the reset debuff? They didn't. No. Okay, I can't really attack with that. Let's just play this. Does Runeterra PvP again? It always had PvP. PvP never left, but PvP doesn't get updates. You don't get new cards. So I do have Fiddlesticks as 6-star, so going like full on budget is kind of impossible. I thought you said it was PvE only. I never said it was PvE only. The focus is on PvE. So PvP exists, but no new cards are added. All they do is a rotation from time to time, which, you know, is not terrible, but...
You best believe I don't play.
Yeah, like playing a mode that doesn't have any substantial updates is difficult. PvE, on the other hand, what I'm playing right now, gets a lot of updates. Okay, so we summoned Fiddlesticks. So the reason Gale Force is good, the scouting, is because when Fiddlesticks is leveled, it says when I'm summoned or attack, grant enemies 2 gloom. Now he is a 7/6, which is just good in general. But then attacking twice, giving 4 gloom while he has Overwhelm and Fearsome, kind of just means that you get a ton of damage in. Okay, we'll give this 2 gloom. And then Fiddle goes back into the deck, so we'll play this. We'll play this. And I drew 6 for that. Does Right to fight a game appeal to you? Yeah, honestly, not really. Not really. I don't mind it, but it's just not really for me. Best Shadow Owl champion? Viego. I have a tier list, so you can look at the tier list. My highest rating Shadow Owl champion on the tier list is Viego. Viego's the top of S tier, so he is very good. Plus 12 frames. What do you think of Hades 2? It seemed like a roller coaster of responses to the gameplay yesterday. I really liked it. Hades 2 is peak. It's very, very, very good. Guild Force is genius. You can actually draw Fiddle with it from your deck. Yep. Yeah, that's part of the reason why it's so good. Because you're summoning him for free anyway. So if you do get Fiddlesticks on an attacking turn, you can most of the time just push a ton of damage, gloom the enemies, or just straight up win the game. And if he doesn't kill, well, you have a good blocker. And if he survives, it goes back into your deck, and you can just play him and get the summon effect again. It's very good. These are all pretty bad. Spirit Blossom Kindred is worth upgrading. C is strong. C is not the strongest. C is fun to play, though. Reroll. This one's pretty good. Equinox? I think we'll just take that. Okay, so Gangplank is interesting because we are basically hitting the enemy nexus every single turn. Phase and core. I think we'll take Gangplank. Like, Warning Shot is good because it procs Terrify. This summons multiple units and deals 1. And then Gangplank is just a big boy. It's a Gangplank.
My destination.
Damaged allies can't block. Round start reduce the cost of 4 plus cost cards in hand by 1. Round start, you lose all spell mana. Get 200 additional gold after. I'm gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich. Yeah, money. You know, at this point, it's just money. Natural beauty. I personally really like this one more. I want to like this, but this is like... This gives you a... Or rather, this one behind it gives you a 2 mana landmark or less than 2 mana that summons itself for free from your deck. But... Those are pretty unimpactful, and this gives you an expensive landmark with minus 3 mana. Why the PvP hype? Is there any news I'm not aware of, or should I stop coping? There's no news. There's no news. The only news is... PvP King makes a return, aka me. I will grace the ladder with my presence and my awesome decks. Oh. +7, +7, +3 cost. Okay, but imagine that this is a nightmare that we summon. Then it's pretty good. Oh boy, I can't wait for Maokai Viego again. How did you know I was going to play a mill deck? How did you know the only thing I was going to do was make my opponent miserable? Want PvP back so bad. I miss those days. Yeah, me too, man. I just miss getting hyped over spoiler season and whatnot. And now there's 0-1s. Yep. No, Fiddlesticks is totally not broken. And they're gone.
When you put down roots, you choose a place to die.
Will PvP ever come back? Never say never, but I don't think Riot has any plans currently. Well, I say Riot. Riot is scumbags, and the Runeterra team is goated. Wait for another 2 to 5 years. Yeah, but now we have Riftbound. So, while I think that the existence of Riftbound overall is good, it is beneficial to Runeterra, it also means that as long as Riftbound exists, there is no real space for another PvP card game to compete within that space. From what I can tell, and this is a good sign if you like PvE, if you like Path to Champion, which I do like it, and I'd rather have a mode that does well instead of the entire game not existing, but I know for a fact that Riot really likes the space that Runeterra currently occupies in the gaming market as a live service roguelike deck builder. And I think it is very good at that, by the way.
Is this Oblivion?
I think they should be excited about that.
I'll let the light guide me.
May I ask why the Sun LOR streams live videos? I like Runeterra. It's very fun. And currently Bazaar just isn't receiving a lot of updates. I'm planning on covering both games. Oh, there are other cards. Sometimes that just happens. I'm planning on covering both Runeterra and Bazaar, but because Runeterra has a lot of new stuff that I haven't played yet, and Bazaar, I feel like I've kind of just explored everything there is in a new patch. I'm playing this, and I'm having a really good time. Fiddlesticks in Bazaar, there you go. I love this, because Deathless means we get another summon for Explosive Entrance. Your cards in hand have bleeding. When you play a card, draw one. When I count down, summon a random 1-cost follower. Countdown 2, grant 1-cost followers, +2/+1, and Piercing. Have you seen the new League Fiddle skin? I have. It is fantastic. It's really, really good. The Flora Fatalis or whatever skin, it's incredible. Maybe I play again. I had to install it because of what you asked me. It's good, man. Like I can't speak for PvP, obviously. That's still the same. There's no updates there, but Path is fun. So I gotta open my window. Hold on. Window is open. Yeah, there is an AMA at 8, so in 2 hours. We'll probably check that out. Just spam the board. I'm gonna do this too, so I give them both the item. Oh, they got the special delivery. Pretty good.
You're all tied up.
I mean, this is why I really hope that Riot can set me up with an account that isn't fully unlocked, because we have the legendary power, right? When you terrify, grant enemies gloom, and grant a random ally 2 spirit. This is just really broken, because now their entire board's gone. You finished Hades 2 already? Hell no. I'm good at games, but I'm not that good.
Lost the beat.
Grant all enemies gloom's broken. It's very broken. This is why I consider Fiddlesticks to be the best character in the game.
Marta's gonna make a meal of 'em.
So
This one's a fighter.
I have talked to Riot, and I have told... I should stop saying Riot. I have talked to the Runeterra team, and I have expressed my burning desire to have something where you can make your own modifiers, essentially. Because you have... Like it's just like the heat system in Hades, right? It's like you turn on some stuff that makes the game harder for you, basically. I want something that says... If you turn this on, your champion is now level 1 and has no star powers, or whatever. It's like, how much do you want to handicap yourself? How much do you want to remove the powers that you currently have? But I kind of get why that's not in the game yet, because that might be something that's only interesting for a content creator. If you're a regular player, it will be like, why would I make my characters weaker? You know? But, okay, I'm just gonna have a really, really quick sidebar here. just so I can show you guys what I mean. I'm gonna log into Wild Frost and I show you exactly what my #1 request is for Runeterra. Not Bazaar. So this is Wild Frost. This is another roguelike deck builder. It's pretty similar in what it does to Runeterra. Just like you start something and then you get stronger and stronger. But here's what they have, right? If I click here, I embark on an adventure. But then I can click here on this bell on the side. And these are the modifiers. All shop prices are increased. I can enable that or disable that. And then, like, you know, I can only do a select number. This is bosses and mini bosses will be upgraded with charms. Charms are items. So that just means that every mini boss and boss, you know, the mid boss and the one at the end, will have additional items to make them stronger. Could be a scout item, could be an elusive item, anything. Some card rewards will have curse charms. These are debuffs, like you find a card in a store or you find a card at a random after a random encounter. It has ephemeral. Now these are all like pretty game specific. Your highest card loses 2 health after each boss battle. And add a gobbler to each boss battle. This is just like a mob. Gain a gunk fruit. I see. I don't know what these are, but you get the idea, right? There's something that I can click and like enable or disable for myself. Use a card and cut all copies. All right, you're out here. That sounds awesome. How did the dev respond to it? So, I'm mostly in contact with Lope. Lope is the community manager. I mostly talk to Lope and Eric, and they're not like... I mean, they help with the game. They are involved with the process, but they are more like big picture stuff, right? Like Lope helps the community, does like the awesome trailers and stuff that we get. He plans those, and Eric is like, you know, he plans the big term, the future of the game. So these aren't designers. So I'm like, this would be sick. And then they're like, yeah, we love that actually. Let's talk about the designers. Let's talk to the designers about that to see if there's something we can do. Like they can't just tell me like, yeah, we're gonna put that in.
Shall we go together then?
I was gonna tell you, I was looking up crossblitz stuff, but your videos are like all the top recommended. Crossblitz. Oh yeah. Yeah, there are a bunch that are up there. That's cool. Yeah, crossblitz is really, really good too, man. I love that game too. To me, crossblitz is just like Runeterra with a different code. Gunfire Reborn? I've heard of it. I haven't played it. It's good? Okay, let's just be mana efficient. And also get an elusive blocker. These die anyway.
Ready to run.
It's so broken, man. 12 damage!
Eyes on me.
So this hits the enemy nexus. Please be honest, do you still play LOR when not streaming for video? Yep. Yeah. I think I would average like at least 1 adventure run a day.
Traditions are lost if not passed on.
What could you...
I did even when I played Bazaar, like as my main game. You don't have fearsome, right? No, so I might as well kill it. Or should I kill this? I should kill this because the Ari dies anyway. I mean, I've always said this, like, yeah, I still play a lot of Runeterra, even when I'm not streaming it. It's like there's a very big difference between being a content creator for a game and just being a player. Like, I understand the card game tribalism. Just want to say that I'm not a part of it. Not me. I can enjoy multiple games. I actually used to play a lot of Hearthstone too. I kind of quit recently. I feel like Hearthstone's completely lost the plot. I don't know what the hell happened there, bro. He's got his fingers in all his cookies. Exactly, exactly. Because why the hell wouldn't I, right? Best roguelike will always be Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Argue, but you're wrong. I was/am a huge Pokemon fan. So, back in the day, when I played those games a ton, I actually bought the Mystery Dungeon because I was like, I heard this game's good and it's just more Pokemon for me to enjoy. I did not like it. I really hated it. I don't know why.
I know you want me.
If I had a chance and I played again today, I'd probably like it. But back then, I was not a fan. You went the first time you spend mana on a spell, spawn equal to its cost. Faded card should draw cost unless when you play a champion, summon an exact ephemeral copy. I'm not really playing champions though. Oh my god. Bro, I'm gonna have so much money. Grant the leftmost 3 cards in your hand fleeting. How bad could it be? It's okay to be wrong. I mean, I didn't express an opinion. I stopped playing it. Okay, those are fine. Remember not to pull?
I am a student of Tempestine.
Okay, I'm just gonna play these.
Looks like I'm ready.
Bye-bye.
I was a big Mystery Dungeon fan, but I was also the kind of kid who would put on TV and play for like 4 hours at a time, so I had time to grind all dungeon and get to like level 99 floor dungeon. Yeah. No, that wasn't me. Although it could have been. I don't know. I feel like I just needed to spend a couple extra hours on the game and I would have really liked it. I was young and stupid.
I don't do meditation.
Looks like I'm ready.
Bye-bye.
Right, send all.
You're strange.
They get +6 health from this.
I go back.
Hello.
Hello.
Don't forget to challenge. Oops, I forgot. Yeah, this is why Fiddlesticks is so ridiculous, man. Like, I'm already kind of killing them on board. Kind of.
The order rewards its faithful.
But then there's also just the fact that
Death.
their deck slowly gets thinned and eventually they guaranteed lose. Oh! Okay, but that's like fine because for some reason Fiddlesticks is 3 mana. Don't pull. Don't pull. Nothing to be Alfredo. But Alfredo's so good. And this guy's pretty good. What a random... I mean, this one is more fun, though. We'll take that one. I actually think that that one's very playable, too, because we don't really use our spell mana currently. And now we might. Well, let's cut the false friend. No, let's cut the arachnoid horror. Yeah. Yeah, the 2-mana spider is usually... I mean, when I'm playing the usual Fiddlesticks build, that's just about milling the opponent as fast as possible, I cut the expensive cards. Got like the 8-mana guy and stuff. This one gets re-summoned. Deathless. I ran out of the experience boost item. It's taking forever to level up the F. I didn't know it was possible to ran out. I feel like I have a million of those still laying around. Cutting false friends increases happiness, study says. I'm going to source on that.
Nothing to be afraid of.
My hell? Ah! Sorry, just hopped in here during Fiddlesticks level up. Dude, I get it, man. I get it. Every time I get a jump scare little, I go, huh. Whoa. Shit. Sometimes when I play Fiddlesticks on League of Legends, I scare myself, you know? I like start channeling the ult, and then there's like a small delay, and then 1 second later I'm like, oh. Oh. Oh, damn! Wait, it blocks so much damage with that. I also say ouch out loud when I take 8 damage in game. The cosplay. They have, well, they had a lot of chimes. Now they're all gone. Yep. They had 300 chimes. Now they have 0. I love clicking on their deck and just seeing it go to 0. Seeing your stream popped up. I missed my daily Sunny LOR video. I uploaded one a few hours ago. It was an Ari video. But you can only watch it if you have an Ari body pillow. So if you don't have an Ari body pillow, don't watch that video. Pick that one. Yo, shop or shop? Do I go to that guy or that guy? Do you think they're brothers? They're like twin brothers. That is a very good one. Dude, look at how much money I have. I'm so rich. Yo, my entire deck at +2/+2 with this one? How sick is that? Should go in and cancel the Assert Dominance? Just to show them I don't want to buy anything from either one of them? Okay, let's cut the false friend. Only real ones allowed in this stream. I don't have a body pillow, only Eevee plush. I don't want to hear what you do with this Eevee plushies. But you know what? You're allowed to watch the video then. It's pretty much the only adventure that puts rare level shops at both paths before the boss. Yeah, that never really happens. It always pisses me off with No, actually, does Lysandra do it? I think Lysandra does it. I know there's one adventure that always annoys me. Maybe it's Aurelion Soul. Aurelion Soul has like 3 or 4 encounters where you just don't get anything.
Let's make this a
Oh,
night
they have the
remember.
attack. I didn't get to do anything about that. Also, I wasted the item. Wait, what? What?
Words of power linger.
The amount of uncounterable damage I took here is actually insane. Whoa.
It is written.
They get to deal 11 damage because of this free attack, and then they just get to attack again. Alright. It looks like it's not really gonna matter.
Is scouting always like this?
Wu-Ting style.
Hello just fell.
Oh no!
I can't believe I've had this chair for like 4 years now. I bought this chair when Bandle City released.
I am the Simon Wind. Whoosh.
Is that 4 years? Yeah, that's about 4 years actually, almost exactly. I think that was 2021, September. Or August, actually, it was August. Is he just dead? Wait, he has Deathless actually. Maybe he comes back bigger. Like, wait.
Am I winning?
Oh, okay, they just passed. Okay, cool.
Is it gone?
Grandma? But they're immune now.
Rule 102. Practice makes perfect.
Bye-bye, Grandma.
Whoa, whoa!
Look forward to Q&A. Yeah, I'll watch it live, I think.
Just a scratch.
I'm on 17 HP. I have to be a little careful. 20 puff cap.
I've memorized all the Vandal Scout rules.
I really want that one dead. 19 cards. Okay, this is a little bit scary. Is this death? Are they dead?
I can't look.
Okay, they're dead. Okay, they're dead. I'm not used to fights being even remotely close with Fiddlesticks, but we got him. We got him. When you apply more gloom than units' HP, does that make them do the bad talents eat through the balcony? Yeah, yes. It's like that frog in the Nico cinematic. Don't look that up. Actually, you can't look that up. Just don't look up Nico and Freljord. Or so I've heard. Allegedly. Don't play Nico Trundle decks in Runeterra. Fiddling the enemies feels like putting them in a horde. Fiddling the enemies. Just don't look up Nico in general. The internet's bad. That's the best advice I've heard here. Yeah. Legend level 65. Is the max 100 now? What's up, Mr. Nugget? What if I'm Nico? Bro, run as fast as you can. Start running. Is this event permanent or limited? It's limited. But every single event comes back eventually. So this, the Legends of Arcane event happened like a year ago? And now it's added permanently. So eventually, when enough time has passed, this will go here. Anyway. Yeah, I hope that kind of worked as far as like showing a budget build goes. Because again, I have the 6-star, so there's always going to be a slightly higher power level than the people that are looking for a budget build will likely have. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I just want to like show a way to play that isn't epic relics, and then just kind of go through like what I'm looking for. But we got explosive entrance immediately in this run, which is by far the most broken thing you can get. Happy Friday, Jay Johnson. It's weekend for everybody that isn't a content creator like me, because every day is weekend. Every day I'm stressed out of my mind to get videos done. So, sooner or later, I also want to start doing like some challenge runs, but I don't really know how to go about them because I'm kind of locked out of doing like level 1 versus ASOL things with fun champions. Did you get the survey LOR? Saw something about a high noon theme. I did not. Try Tom on new weekly. What's the new weekly? Yeah, this one? Deal 3 to all the players' damage units? Maybe without relics? Oh, I guess. Huh. Speaking of which, how do you get epic relics anyway? I have one, Echoing Spirit in the Emporium for 980 coins. It seems like a lot. Especially since other things in the game are kind of obtainable for free. The best way to do it is by buying the gold orb. Yeah, so you buy these. If you buy this one, you get a random epic relic. They take a while to recharge, though. Yeah, I don't know. It's honestly, it's pretty annoying getting epic relics. I don't know what the best way is to do it. I mean, because I'm a content creator, I just buy all the celebration bundles when a new character releases, so I get their epic relic. I have come from Hadesing my song. Is that a Silk Song Hades reference? Yeah, and the Glory Store too, yeah. They have given more ways to get epic relics, but it's not easy. It's not straightforward. I don't know. I'm actually curious what like the intended way is for them of doing it. Like how fast and how much would they like their players to acquire epic relics? That's something I could ask. There's an AMA. We could ask that. So like, how are new players supposed to get epic relics at a reasonable rate? Is that a good question? Maybe like, hold on. Let me make a new document. Did you get them through leveling? Yeah, but like that's not gonna be very fast either, is it? Oh Jesus Christ. Level 80. I don't think so. Do you? Yeah, there's one here. You get one here. Level 50. Level 40. And then here you start getting gold star vessels. Are there any plans to... Is this a question you guys would like me to ask? I feel like change the way is a bit vague. Gold thingy gave me Strength of Stone. Don't think I have anyone that could use it properly. There's Leona that's pretty good with it. Upgrade Leona. There's Kane. That's about it. No Bazaar today. I'll be playing more Bazaar soon. I'm currently just playing Runeterra because Bazaar is kind of struggling under a lack of updates. You can't have my questions? What are your questions? I promise I won't steal them. Just to look cooler in front of Riot. Ask when they will add Milk Cow Alistar as playable LOR champ. I don't want Alistar, I want the cow skin Alistar. How did I plan to address issues like this going forward? Like this? Like the epic relics? Playing PvP in this economy? As soon as the Yi video gets 1k likes, I will be playing PvP. It's currently at 973. Almost there. It has 5 dislikes. So those are people that really don't want me to play PvP, I guess. Which video? I will link it in YouTube and Twitch. If we can get to 1k on that video, I'll play PvP. Take my like. Successfully scammed my chat. I've already liked that video. You're a real one. I'll be taking my like back to another establishment. That's fine too, you know. No PvP is no PvP. We'll just continue playing this. Favorite Demacian Path champion? Champ. They're all kind of trash, bro. Probably Lux. I think I like Lux 2 slightly more. There's only 4? Wait, there's also only 4 failure champs. Vayne is consistent. I really don't like Vayne, as you can tell. When I found your Cosmic channel, I was blown away. I hope I can grind that hard one day. I mean, bro, you have... such a disgusting amount of time goes into it, man. It's not worth letting your life wither away under those type of projects. I really need to find, like... I don't think my editing style is healthy. I'm like... I go back and forth way too much on my script and my editing. It's not good. It takes way too long. People can get millions of views with, like, slop. Which builds for the champ to 6-star first? What are you looking for? Are you looking for power? Are you looking for fun? Actually, on both fronts, the answer is Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate is the most fun, and he's the best one. Yeah. I mean, maybe Misfortune? No, I mean, Twisted Fate is better, but Misfortune is faster. Yeah, Twisted Fate. What should we play? Could do some Twisted Fate, actually. Let's try some Twisted Fate. This is my relic setup. Deck of Destiny. Game start, create a 1-cost wildcard in your deck for every 7 cards in your deck. And I have him 6-star, which means that Destiny cards are replaced with improved version. So instead of refill 1 and draw 1, it's refill 2, draw 2. Red card deals 2 damage instead of 1. Gold card deals 7 instead of 2. this is top 5 favorite champions. When you play your 3rd card each round, create a 1-cost wild card in hand. It's just 2 mana burst that plays red, blue, or gold card. I'm going in. Let's make it really, really, really difficult. There is one adventure that does not want you to spam cards, and I'm gonna see if I can beat it. If there is one single adventure in the entire game that tells you if you play more than 3 cards, you're not allowed to play Runeterra anymore, it's Lysandra. So once we get there, we'll see if we can get through. We play a spell, grant me +1/+1. This is another champion that really just wants you to play as many cards as possible, right? I don't really target myself, though. Sorry for asking, but have you decided to upload less the Bazaar content? I actually have 2 videos coming up tomorrow. I'm just not playing a lot of Bazaar right now because it's kind of got a lack of content. There hasn't been any major content updates. I don't think I like this that much. It's gonna be so hard to upgrade or proc the horde. Yasuo, we have a lot of stuns, but does that really matter? No, that doesn't really matter. Rek'Sai, I start a free attack. Can I just roll and find a Janna here? Janna. Ezreal, LeBlanc, Teemo. Popping into the same target. I mean, Ezreal is like not really that bad. Because Ezreal works with Rune Rex, works with Make It Rain. The cards don't count though. Not Teemo, the cooler Teemo. How would you guys feel if I played this Teemo and then I just roll on my supporting champion until I find the other Teemo? So we can play double Teemo deck. I might actually do that, but it's gonna take so long until I finally find the second Teemo. Maybe we'll do that after this, actually. That would kind of be hilarious. Should I do that? Okay, I'll take Ezreal here, and then after this, I might do the double Teemo run. It's gonna take a while, though. Grander Plaza. I mean, this is always good. Remember when they said they would remove Grander Plaza? And then they never did? Scout +4 damage on Static Shock. Okay. Grant your strongest ally a random rare item this game. I have 2 copies. I should buy this. I'll buy 1 more. Yeah, I'll have 4 copies. That's fine. So I think I want to go down. I want to do these 2 and get another power. Foe grants the lowest cost unit in her hand +3/+3, then creates an exact copy. One of the foe's units survives damage granted to... Okay, I'm actually... Should I spoil myself? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna click Lysandra. TF Swaymed is easily my top 3 for PvP. To be honest, it was a very powerful deck, and in general, I have always despised removal piles. But I will have to say, whenever a Twisted Fate Noxus deck was meta, it was overall a pretty healthy state for the game. To be fair. But if you try to peddle bullshit to me, like what's his face? Oh my god, I can't remember. The 6 mana guy from Noxus. It's like if you damage a damaged unit, they die. It was Broadmane, Lord Broadmane. That's the one. Lord Broadmane made me so angry, bro.
Time for a true display of skill. Watch and learn. Woo-hoo-hoo!
We don't want any trouble. My training is unconventional.
Oh wow. That's a lot of damage. So I deal 2 to everything? It's kind of bad. What do you mean refill 1 man? It's not true. He becomes a 5/5. I have to do this.
I've whipped up something special. Bring me tea to gain the strength of rivers. I'll show you how it's done.
They're not even keck
Something the
pullers.
matter.
You're between me and glory.
Was Yeti meta ever a thing? It was a semi-meta deck at one point, yeah.
I'm always up for a round of
It was
soaking in.
horrible, by the way. I think that was, unironically, one of the single worst things to ever happen to the game, because it was a pure high roll deck and nothing else. It was just about, like, can I get, like, the turn 1 Yeti into Tall Tales into summoning the Abominable Guardian? It was really dumb. So because I have Luden, I killed it. Wait, why do I have Luden? Isn't Big Guns just better? Oh, I might have messed that up.
I'm a people person.
My sweet button.
Magnificent.
I don't miss. Gotcha.
I have 17 cards. I'm not gonna mill myself. So it's fine.
Death is inevitable. I will make it beautiful.
Oh, I didn't have to play that. I got the Chemtech active. They're just dead. Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay?
Outplayed.
Do you consider yourself a people person? I'm a bit of a people person. Were you gonna run it back on Hades 2? You almost killed Cronus yesterday. I think I will do another Hades stream very soon. I was having a really good time yesterday. Such a fun game. I guess I'll take that. I messed up my relics though somehow. I don't know why I'm not playing big guns. Ooh, okay. Power Riff on Slotbot is kind of hot. Money or spells? So money doesn't do a lot in this adventure because there aren't many shops. When one of the foe's Yetis dies, create an Enraged Yeti in the top 3 card of the foe's deck and grant the foe's Yetis everywhere +1/+1 and reduce their cost by 1. This should be fine because we have wild cards. I also did a couple of finish runs yesterday after watching you. Still really fun, even if I already played early access. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing more.
A game. Go on then.
Well,
Nice selection.
get in there, buddy.
Where you going? Win.
Nap 1. Ooh, okay. Alright, so we have Slotbot, so we're gonna do this for sure.
In.
This becomes 0. They stole a wild card?!
Soak it in.
This is a real spin to win.
I need to level TF. This is really my only hope. Do 4. I have 2, so I could get to 6. A winner is
Eyes
you.
open.
Oh, big. That levels him. No, it doesn't.
Function call. Celebrate.
I'm like drawing my entire deck at this point.
Optimal outcome achieved.
Wait, are they just dead? Wait, they're dead. I was like, I need to level Twisted Fate. Then I do, but they're just dead. So one of the best things about Twisted Fate, and this is weirdly like his best win con, it's his 4-star. It's this one, Higher Education. When you draw a card, give allies +1/+0 this round. I think that has won me more games on Twisted Fate than anything else. And it's not close.
Outplayed.
Yeah, if people have requests of like how I beat higher end adventures, I saw some people talk about Swain earlier as well. I can try to like show the best strategy that I found for Swain, even though I haven't played in a while. But I think it was with like Heimerdinger. You could give your Nexus tough or something. There is a relic now that just gives your Nexus tough though. There's a power too. But I'm getting Hades too soon. Gotta beat BL4 and finish work. I need to play more Borderlands. I bought the game. I'm a huge Borderlands fan. I just haven't really gotten to it. One of the foe's units survives damage granted top if it already has it, granted +2/+2 instead. This is I Am Inevitable is what's gonna be the run killer. If Lysandra has I Am Inevitable, I can't win. If Lysandra has I Am Inevitable, I think the run just ends. How does Mel hold up in higher difficulty? For you, Dr. Hanky Pie, we're gonna find out. Actually, let's make it a little document for the stream. Mel versus higher difficulty. Okay. If anyone has requests, I will put them in the doc. I got you. If you were still Mr. Hanky Pie, probably not. But now that you're Dr. Hanky Pie, I can make that happen. Actually, I had the double Teemo first. We gotta do that one first. I said that. Jinx versus Fiddle. Play Vladimir as a support champion. That one might have to wait for later, because if I'm gonna roll a million times for double Teemo, I feel like that one might need to go on the back burner a little bit.
Treasure was in me the whole time.
Okay. Anything TK. Okay, and that's I think I'm gonna limit it to 4 right now. We have 4 on the list. Let's see if we can do them. Did Ambessa and Warwick have level up animation now? Yeah, but they're not good.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
Be nothing left when I'm done. I'll buy some
Okay,
time.
that's the last one. I'm gonna limit it to 5.
What did we get?
Max 5 entries. Any 3-star versus Nightmare Fiddle. That's a pretty good one. It's gonna help other players as well. Okay, but what is the dog doing? I was kind of shocked that Spirit Blossom Gems had level up, but those two kind of got nothing. It's like, I mean...
I'm always up for a round to soak it in.
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, they're kind of like similar in the level up. The Spirit Blossom ones just look a lot cleaner. Like a lot cleaner.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to burn a card.
Blue as the serpentine.
This is the thing about TF though, he kind of just wins after a while. Because I can keep drawing cards now and I keep getting power. They're already dead. Actually, no, they're not dead because I don't have the attack token. Never mind, I So now I can start drawing and they'll die.
Like a fish in water.
Looks like I'm on a
The voice lines go so hard. It really feels like it's just an entirely different game with Ambessa, Warwick, and Fiddlesticks having voice. Even Mel, like the Mel voice lines go really hard. I know they're just from in the game, but it's just good.
What did we get? Optimal outcome achieved.
Optimal outcome achieved. Look at that.
I'm a people person.
Yeah, they take no damage. They just go back.
Got a surprise for him.
All right. Well, they're dead.
Try again.
Outplayed.
They were going to skip level up animations for every new champion and best release, but community complained, so they had to start doing it again. Yeah, true. Yeah. I personally really don't care about level up animations, but I do care about voice lines a lot. -2 cost and fleet. Some of your highest cost follow from deck and curse it with shackles 3 times. Round start rally. Already skipped soloist? Oh, does it get the item? I don't think I have that power. I think Twisted Fate gets a star, a blessing, where everything that costs 4 or more gets Power Rift, but I don't think I have that. I didn't see. Did it have the item? Can somebody check? Because if it had that item, I should have absolutely bought it. But I feel like it didn't. This one, the Power Rift. We also stream the AMA? Yeah, sure. Why not?
This is a real spin to
Oh
win.
god, I had a 3 mana. Yeah, bro. I'm choking. Hello, Fiction. How you doing?
Gotta go with the flow.
Leaping into action.
Function call. Celebrate.
Hello, Neko. How are you?
Good game. Let's play.
Citri.
Woo!
Levels to me are the same as Splash Art in League. Adric, for example, goes so hard when he swings his sword down, saying Rune Terra must die. I am not your enemy. I am the enemy. Hardest voice line in all of League of Legends. In all of Runeterra.
Soak it in.
It's actually so good. Bye-bye, Citrion. Bye-bye, Azriel. Get rid of 2 villains. Yeah, the LOR AMA is in an hour. We'll watch it. We can watch it.
A game. Go on then.
Watch the ball, folks.
I only know that voice line because of the meme of Aatrox twerking.
Eyes open.
Ah, yes, that one. I totally haven't seen that one ever before. I don't know what you're talking about. Aatrox twerking? Why would he do such a thing? What music do you think he was listening to make him go, make him twerk?
Looks like I'm on a hot streak.
Through the coral.
Exacties. All right. Relic on TF? I have his relic, I have Luden, and I have Chemtech. Opium? Yeah, probably. I think I'm supposed to play big guns instead of this. Playing versus AI makes no sense. Such idiotic scenarios and dumb shit. Actually, we love it for that. Draw a champ. Alright, I'm taking Emperor's Favor and I'm cutting it on the next chance I get. Here. Alright, we go down. To the Boros. Is this a roguelike mode? Yeah. Yeah, it's a roguelike deck builder, but it's live service. So every month it gets new champions. And every 3 months it gets like new scenarios, new adventures. So it's very good. If you're a new player, there will be nothing for you to complain about. It's got everything you want from a roguelike deck builder. For older players, you can kind of see the cracks a little bit, where this started as a PvP game, and they're turning it into a PvE game. So, I mean, there is a PvE game mode, but some of it are just like remnants of cards that were designed for PvP. Yeah, and since this update, yeah, we are seeing brand new stuff, yep.
Oh, did you get into the snacks? Trust me, they add up.
Trust me! Wow, I missed everything. You played Slay the Spire? Absolutely, yeah. Bro, I can't call myself a card gamer if I haven't played Slay the Spire. That's crazy. When did they pivot off PvP? They had a horrible monetization model. Actual dog shit. They had a fantastic game that was not profitable because, yeah, their monetization just... Like, here's the thing, right? I'm saying their monetization was ass, but the reason it's ass is because basically everything was free. And then they realized 3 years later, like, oh, if we give everything to the players for free, how are we going to operate as a business? Well, guess what? They couldn't. They were operating on a loss. Big loss. Players were happy. The Daddy Riot was miserable because their cute little card game wasn't making them any money.
I'm always up for a round or two. Blue as the serpent.
I would have paid $50 to $20 in expansion to sure as hell beats Hearthstone. Yeah, bro, people are pre-ordering shit in Hearthstone. And that's like $80 for like a couple of, well, for a good amount of packs. And then you don't even have every deck you want to play. Every time someone types bring back PvP on their post, just imagine them not spending any money. Yeah, only the people that have never spent any money on PvP or like cosmetics in general on this game would post that.
Optimal outcome achieved. Let's play.
Now this game's heating
I
up.
talked about 500 and got the collector's jacket, best purchase of all time. Damn. Wait, which one is the collector's jacket?
Oh yeah. What did we get?
All that glitters.
That one in beta and one in launch. I got the launch one.
So much to play for. Optimal outcome.
Can't stop me.
I really love TF voice. It's deep and gentle.
It was in the card.
A couple of jokes you can make there, but I'll refrain. That's what she said. There's a jacket. I have a jacket, actually. I have 2 jackets. Wait. Everything fell. I have this one. I got this one from the mystery event. Everybody at the mystery event got this one. This one is good. I think it has my name somewhere. Here. And this one. Is this a jacket that you got from spending money? It's kind of dirty. It's a little dusty. It's pretty. It's nice, but it's not super comfortable. This is Portapalooza on the inside. Why do you not sell this? Oh wait, it does have power rave. Okay, I should always get this. No, I mean I know you mean Riot. I think it was just like a limited thing. Because there were two separate scenarios where they're like high rank players and their content creators got it. But yeah, the one I got at the mystery event was insanely good. I still wear it.
Just a little something I like to call fun. Whatever.
Know your path, for the mountain changes. Climb!
One sling, a bunch of targets. Tons of damage.
The most incredible thing Riot did was make the best value amazing board game without any prior experience and then left it at that. Well, without any prior experience, yes, but they did have people on the team that were very experienced in card game. Like, people like Ruben Zoo were like some of the best Magic players in the world. And you could tell.
Blue as the Serpentine.
Hello, Rush.
Targon's history is in each game. Go on then.
Watch the ball, folks.
Stun the strong. This is the strongest
No doubt he
currently.
sees the dogs in the hereafter.
The dough.
Eyes open.
A game. Go on then.
Watch the ball, folks.
Ooh, sniper. Keep it going. I drew so much this turn, man. This is why Twisted Fate is so crazy.
Oh man.
This is 21 damage. 21? Okay, let's see.
Soak it in.
I think a lot of people realize that Riot held a PvP out of Fate of the product, like they're heavily losing money that final year, yet they were still releasing bangs like Morgana and Eldragon. Yeah, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that they were holding out hope. But I believe that the decision to kind of like discontinue the game was very short notice for a lot of the people involved. So what I mean by that is they design their sets 1.5 years in advance, and yeah, that kind of indicates that the Elder Dragon expansion was being worked on since like the end of 2023, right? The end of 2022, actually. And then near the end of 2023 is when most devs got the notification that like, yeah, we're cutting a large part of the team, and then we're gonna turn it into a path game. LA trip turned into a funeral. Okay, listen, like the LA trip was amazing. It was such an incredible time, but it was also just kind of miserable because I got to see some of the devs cry, and yeah, it was just really emotional. Well, yeah, so the mystery event was in February. And I think it was the start of January or like the end of December that the news was released that PvP was going to be discontinued. There was going to be one more set, then it was going to be discontinued, and it was just going to be a Path to Champion game. We're exploding now, bro. Like, these are people that poured their heart and soul into a game for 10 years. And then Riot, just like, at a moment's notice almost, are like, yeah, this isn't working. Take the dough. I have a lot of money. I can buy more. I'll buy this. That's a draw 3, even though it's like Lissandra.
On my wings.
No, I mean you're not entirely wrong, Vlad. Like, Runeterra has been operating on a loss for pretty much since its inception. Here's the thing, right? So in 2020, the game was released. That happened with Bilgewater. And then during the Targon release, they had about 100 people on the team. And then I think it was near the end of 2021, might even be mid-2021, like around the Bandle City release, about half of the team was cut, so to 50. Then another big part of the team was cut a year later to like, I don't know, 25, 30. I don't feel comfortable saying an exact number, but I know that the team was cut in half, like twice, basically. And then the final hit was the Path to Champion thing, where basically every single dev, except like a handful, was let go. So that's not to say that Riot wasn't continuing Runeterra, funding it, knowing that they were operating on a loss. They did that for a while, and they were okay with it. And I think at some point, it just, maybe it was too much for them, and they didn't feel comfortable spending that much money. I heard numbers, and the cost of a single expansion for Runeterra is enormous. Any given expansion with 3 champions, and well, if it was 3 champions, there would be 60 cards in total, I think, and that would sometimes be like tokens that weren't included at those 60. So 60 cards, 3 champions, it was upwards of $1 million. It was close to 2 million to make an expansion like that. Just because the art was so high quality, the time that devs needed, the concept art, the world building, everything. It was an obscene amount of money, but you could tell, right? Because the game was incredibly polished. But here's like, that's the thing, the gameplay was good, the cards are beautiful, but the cosmetics were complete dog shit. So I wouldn't have mind if we got like, here's what they should have done, and they're doing this now. This is what should happen, right? You see this art? This has one guy in it. This is art that has Zap Sprayfin. This is Zap Sprayfin art. And it's the same with this, right? This is a Dreadway deckhand art. Yeah, that I'm saying the obvious, but listen. Now you look at what they're doing with Spirit Blossom. And I talked to Riot, and they were like, yeah, why the fuck didn't we do this before? Look at this. Here's a guy, and here's a guy. That's... You know, you probably still pay more for this, but you're not paying for 2 individual pieces of art. This is 2 guys on one art. Here, too. You got this guy as a card, and this guy. That's way more sustainable. Like, you would actually just, like, cut so much of those costs by just doing that. It's not like you could tell on the card here. So I kind of wish that they maybe saved some money doing stuff like that, and then made better cosmetics. Like, the Guardians are cute, but it's not on TFT level what they do for their chibis. I think for the borders especially, the prismatics are just terrible, bro. They're just not good.
What did we get?
I'll just say it like it is.
Who says I don't share?
So I wish they did something closer to what Marvel Snap does for their borders.
Looks like trouble.
Searching for some winners.
The balance.
This is why AI imagery is inevitable? I don't think so. Because if I find out that a card game uses AI, I will not play it. And I'm a simple guy. I'm a simple dude. So now imagine how many customers they actually lose over stuff like that. What if the art is really good though? AI art, don't care.
Looks like I'm on a hot streak.
Still wouldn't play it. Support your artist, man.
Gotta go with the flow.
Blue as the serpentine.
rip all my cards.
Function call. Celebrate.
Support me? Okay, yeah, support your artist, but not Solid's Crown. He will just draw you naked with 2 other dudes in a bathtub. Actually, if you're into that kind of stuff, you should support Solid
What
Crown.
did we get? A winner is you.
Dead in their tracks.
Look after them.
60. Even if the best game you ever played and art cost voice acting is the reason it has to stop? Yes, I still wouldn't play it. AI should be a tool to get certain processes done faster, and that's it. Using it for the whole process, especially creative on the souls. I agree. I agree. I think that's really all it is, too. Exposed to card Hearthstone thing. I don't really want to, but... Okay, I'm not gonna name anything. I got a sponsorship offer. And it was like... It was an auto battler. The pitch was, hey Sonny, you play Bazaar? This game is basically Bazaar, but different. Maybe we can sponsor you to play this. And then I looked at some of the art, and it was just like AI versions of Hearthstone cards, but with a cat face. Uh-huh, yeah. And I was like, yeah. I'd rather not. Gul'dan, but as a cat, yeah, that's what it was. Can we get this to 0? Oh, it needs to plunder. I can do that. So if I play this one, I get a wild card?
Nothing left when I'm done.
Oh! Crap.
This'll send them running.
They look angry.
Okay, that's not good. I already forgot about the damn limit. And they have I Am Inevitable, so I think it's just over. It's Jover already.
For a round or two. Eyes open.
Does he attack her? Wait, I can kill him. If I do this, I can
Who has
challenge.
the serpentine?
I'm actually gonna get carried by the rally.
I'll buy us some time.
Oh, that's really good. How many NFTs try to sponsor you? So I work with an agency. So back in the day, it was kind of a lot. I've been with the same agency for a while, and I've been really happy with them, but it's basically like, instead of me filtering through all the sponsorship deals, they would just pick ones for me. And then they also have, like, contacts with certain brands that can, like, immediately sponsor me. That's how I got the sponsorship with Manscaped. You think I would ever approach Manscaped like, yo, can I shave my can I shave my balls for a video so you can sponsor me? No, I wouldn't do that, obviously. But they had a contact with them, so they were just like, yo, do you want to get sponsored by this? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? The Lawnmower 6.0? I never use it. I never use the product, but their t-shirt and boxers were super comfortable. Bro, I'm not getting anything electrical near to down there, man. Hell no. Not from a company named Manscaped. 9? Why are you exposing? Yeah, why am I exposing myself? Why would I do that? I'm alive.
Stinging cold.
Oh my god, they're 11-12 now. Is it even worth playing this? I feel like it's pretty minimal. In hand? Oh, it's hand and deck.
Come on a musical journey.
Pretty good, actually. That Lux emo brings back memories. So good.
Now this game's heating up.
Come, my warrior. Show me your worth. Ages pass, but I am eternal.
Nothing kills me more than Lucidea, and it's emoting me. I remember when I played a lot of Path of Champions and still did a lot of that's a lot of stuff. Okay.
Hold it, partner.
I remember when I did a lot of Path of Champions and PvP back before the big announcement. And I would just Lux emote my opponents, man, in PvP. Good times. Broco-wise, how would you rank the Spirit Blossom champions? Master Yi and Ari are really broken. Teemo is also very good / broken. I think Yasuo is pretty mid. I think Eve is pretty mid. Which one am I missing? And Kindred. Kindred is good. There's a lot of cool... yeah, right? Does this kill them? 33 cards left, so I don't really need to worry. I'm doing that for the stats. I know I'm burning everything.
I don't miss.
Hey, we won. Hoggers Day! Let's go, bro. That's all from the power. That's all from the when you draw a card, get +1 attack. Very nice. Okay, that was just a yap session, bro. I was just yapping. Kind of like a look behind the scenes. And don't get me wrong, I'm just a content creator, so I don't really know everything either. And a lot of it has been lost to time as well. Some of the stuff that I heard from Riot, I don't even remember. Why not? I mean, I don't work at the Riot campus. All I know is what I hear from the devs, from when I talk to Lope or Eric or whoever. Well, that was fun. Why don't you work there? What? You don't want me designing cards. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't want me designing cards. It's a bad idea. You would just get one mana Howling Abyss. And then that's all you would ever play. Okay, so now we have double Teemo. So let's do double Teemo. So here's the idea. I'm going to play Spirit Blossom Teemo, and I'm going to keep resetting until my supporting champion is also Teemo. That's all it is. That's all I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to pick reroll relics. Okay, we're doing this. So I'm keeping Mischief Maker's Flute when I deal damage, plant that many Poison Puff Caps in enemy deck because it's pretty good. And this gives me 5 extra rerolls to find the other Teemo. That is all it is. You know what? Just to make the fireworks explode even higher up in the air with even more colors, we're gonna do this. When the foe draws a card with 5+ traps on it, grant allies +1/+1, and the foe discards a random card and draws 1. That is 6-star Spirit Blossom Teemo. And with that, we're gonna try to explode the enemy nexus. What should I play though? I'm kind of tempted to just go here. I mean here because it's long. Actually, what if I go to the to Arcane and then I do this? Could I just try this? Snnuy have to fight the first... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we should do Lysandra. Yeah, because with Lysandra you get it immediately. Okay, that's smart. Yeah, we can do this. Yeah, so you get a support champion on Lysandra immediately. Okay, we'll do it here. That's really smart. So the goal is simple. We click re-roll until we find another Teemo. Nope. 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 And that's all the rerolls. Okay. So it's as simple as hitting reset because we didn't fight Teemo. So our first power is gonna be really bad. But that's okay. I get it. Why did I get experience for that? What? I got 1k experience for doing that. Ah, sweet. I tried. We go again. No. Okay, but how hard could it possibly be to find a Teemo? This is another 1-mana champion that I can't use. Zoe? Real. Real. 1 in like 90 or something? I think there's less than that. I mean, chat, listen. This is gonna be awesome, so just bear with me, okay? This might take a while, but eventually we'll find a Tito. See, I've seen... With 8 rerolls left! There he is! There he is! There he is! We found him! And he has free attack! He gets free attack! There's no... Okay, this could actually be just insane, bro. Wait, he has planned 2 copies of me as nightmares in the enemy deck? Yo, wait, I think actually you get that from Spirit Blossom Teemo, but that's insane! Alright, we got the boy. We got a bad power, though. Allies have +1/+0. Chrono breaks? Oh, let's just do this. Keep it simple. Okay, shop. +3/+1. But this one does damage? Wait. This Teemo does damage? Or plants puff caps based on his damage, rather? Wait. Double damage but costs 1 more? Copy me onto the same target. -2 cost. I can roll here. Why do I keep getting Elixir of Sorcery on this, man? Summon a random champion of my cost? Copy me onto the same onto the same target. I can make them draw 2 with this. Okay, but the free attack on Teemo is going to be insane. And I also have the relic, right? We damage the enemy nexus, plant that many poison puff caps in the enemy deck. Yeah. We're good. He has double special delivery. Oh, oops, I shouldn't have kept him. He has a far side thing. What the hell are you doing in my deck? Oh, this is stolen.
Snakes, nature's so cool. Let's get him, crew. Captain's orders. Bullet to the face. Missed.
Yeah, we do need to draw the small team. Oh, yeah, look at that.
2, 3, 4. Size doesn't mean everything.
Stand aside. An expert is at work.
You'll never
I have an
know what
elusive
hit 'em.
blocker. 26. Elusive blocker? When the opponent draws a trap card, deal 1 to all enemies. Yoink.
Where's my net?
I'm taking some damage though, man.
Oh, forts.
How many do you have? 35. So every time they draw 5, they start a chain and draw another card. Whoa, this bastard. This is miserable. I have this. 3. Oh, this is good. Oh, I'm deep. Sick. Does this still count as stolen? It should.
Exalt me like the god I am! Now! The color is on!
47.
The masterpiece!
Okay, well, where are my Teemos? This guy has a Teemo. There he is. Oh, 5, so draw another? And then it had none. Okay, so we'll do this. Kill the elusive blocker, and then play Teemo.
Nothing like the great outdoors. More mushrooms.
More mushrooms. That's 124. Okay.
Armed and ready.
This will also add a few more.
I've licked my wounds too long!
Okay, we're gonna kill them with shrooms.
Swiftly.
So this will add a few more. Then Teemo doubles it. This needs to kill them. Every time they draw a card with 5 puff caps on it, they draw another card. Watch it. 6. 18. And they would have drawn more. Best Spirit Blossom champion? I think it's Yi, but it could be Ari. Yi or Ari. I cost 1 and my base stats are 1/1? Whew. The opponent discards a random card. Then get to enjoy Wave 2 of Spirit Blossom Champ because I am big broke, no battle pass. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, it's still possible to get stuff by grinding, but... What do you mean, year are you get to chain Bomba with Teemo? It's true, it's true. Teemo's also really strong. He's very strong. He's just not better than those. Just realized today that most of the Spirit Blossom Teemo power comes through the Star Rune Puff Cap proliferation. Yep. It does.
Our eyes lead to hidden paths.
Oh, that's another elusive blocker, bro.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, they're not blocking me.
Winter take you!
They'll never know what hit them. My collection. Nothing like the
I mean, I have the Haunted Visage. So if they draw a Nightmare with Teemo on it, I just summon him on my side of the board. Kind of awkward to give us a choice of runes and only one of them is an option. I mean, yeah. You can play other ones. Okay, let's see. Can we draw Teemo?
My arrow won't miss.
You know,
Okay, so this team was gonna shuffle 1,000,000 Puffcats. $33, $34, $37, $86, $86. Okay, let's see if we can do something here. Three. And we found another Teemo.
Fight or die.
So we want this Teemo to die. We do.
This land is ours. Leave nothing standing.
So Teemo dies.
You spoil the surprise?
I'll take everything.
Handsome Hearthstone player? I think you got the wrong one. The wrong stream. Okay. So this is 202. Will this kill them? Oh yeah, they're dead. Oh, there he is! 2 Teemos, but they're dead. Okay. I got the Hearthstone part. Yeah, you did. You did. The Hearthstone part is right. My favorite card game of all time. I guess I'll take this one. Those are all pretty mid. Draw 1. This makes me draw 2 cards. I'm already, like, my hand's always full because I'm stealing so many cards. Wait. I can equip both of the Spirit Blossom Teemo skin. And then we'll never know which is which. I'll do the OG Teemo, actually. I want to have both Teemos on the board. That would be the funniest. Do you have League content in YouTube? I have a couple of League videos, yeah. Fumo. Oh, that's kind of good. Yo, Vladimir?
2, 3, 4. Adventure starts with mushrooms.
A broken thing is a waiting thing.
Swiftly.
Ew? Original Teemo? What do you mean, ew? It looks good.
You'll never know what hit him.
Oh. He goes so fast. Rad. He's a rad in all of his art.
Hand me a weapon. I've a beast to put down. Have you first.
This card used to be 4 mana, right?
Like that.
How broken was this card, actually?
What good are the War Mothers? The Winter's Claw will never accept peace.
I'll scout ahead. Would you hold this?
136 puff caps. All right, let's roll. 10, 4. Wait, are you not supposed to draw another one?
What good are the War Mothers?
I mean, they're dead anyway. I thought they were. I thought we were gonna draw more. 3. Oh, there we go. This is a pretty good way of playing Teemo. Excuse me. It's gotta be Ava. Even though she's 6-man, it's gotta be Ava. Power. Okay, these are all terrible. First card you play each round costs 1 less for every 20 cards that started in your deck. I have 30 cards right now. Allies have +1/+1 for each keyword they have. Spear Blossom Ava when? Yeah, that's something we need to work on. Oh, Sonny, I hope you're doing well. Why is your favorite champ from Spear Blossom, and which one is the strongest? I'd say the strongest is Yi. I think my favorite is probably Teemo. But I really like Kindred as well.
Another day in the field. You hold this.
I'd love to see you play Minecraft.
You'll never
I don't
know
have my
better.
2-week biannual Minecraft phase yet. But when I do, I'll stream it. Yasuo with party portals. A pretty decent time frame. Party portal. I mean, portal pals? That works. Does portal pals look at like that he's 15 cost? $45.
Just trying to help. 2, 3, 4. More mushrooms.
Base cost? That does sound pretty good. How come I'm not drawing like my actual Teemo at all?
Swiftly. Adventure starts with
Wait,
mushrooms.
so I can do this, and I can do this. 8, 10, 8, 16. Oh, they're dead. Dude, really? I was like, I'm gonna replace this Teemo so I can get another one with a free attack, and then they just die. Thank you very much for your view on the matter. I'm a mother. Love watching your content in free time. Have a great stream. Back to lurking. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, I mean, I think it's a fair thing to say that just generally champions being powerful makes them more fun to play. I think Mastery is really strong and he's really satisfying to play. But he does have like a unique mechanic with the animate that every time you target something with a spell, he summons an ephemeral unit. But for Teemo, it just really feels like this is what Teemo was meant to be. Just being the prankster, stealing shrooms. Feels like every game is different with Teemo. With Mastery, you're just kind of steamrolling them. He's just so strong that you always do the same thing to win. With Teemo, you're playing different cards you steal. And Bess is really strong, but I don't enjoy playing her at all. But she steamrolls everything. Where is the PvP? So, as soon as I hit 1k likes on the Master Yi video, we're doing PvP. What is it at right now? When this one hits 1k likes. Or when any other video hits 1k likes. A dope.
Know your path, for the mountain changes.
Sun this, moon that. Adults are boring.
Send it.
Exercise caution. Stories of coils and
Let Spirit Blossom, he had 0 stars and he sucked
The
ass.
serpent rises, poised to
Wow.
strike.
That's a spicy starball.
That's crazy. I didn't think it would. Not this again. No. Let's minimize the damage.
Whatever. Reporting in.
But I have spell shield. Oh, that's from his relic, actually.
Armed and ready. That's got a sting.
Pew pew. Pew pew pew. It's PvP back in the game. PvP never left.
Take my constellation.
PvP is in the game. So many shrooms. Oh my god. Wait, and then they draw another one? And then the chain continues because they drew 5?
Ooh, quite a collection.
What the hell? Okay, only 2, but I cleared their board. I cleared their board because they drew cards. What? Yeah, I'll end round. Okay. What the hell? 8? And then draw another? Hey, this is why Teemo's fun. I'm playing with their cards. I have 2 of my own, and then the rest is their cards. Just, I wonder how we're gonna be Lysandra, but okay, when we get to Lysandra, what we need to do is just try really, really hard to make sure that we don't deal too much damage to their nexus and just shuffle like 300 puff caps into their deck so we can see the chain. I want them to die just from the chain. Kill an ally to charm an enemy follower. That's honestly pretty good because most of the stuff is stolen. The center has a ton of cards. Yeah, we just need to make sure we shuffle enough then. Which should be entirely possible. Okay, if we pick something that doesn't have... 9, and then that's +3.
Now, where did that one run off to?
We're at 12.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Teemo's leveled. Already.
Well, we'll find you some friends. Where'd they go off to?
I want them to kill the Teemo so I can play the other one. 8? Oh my god.
Oh, did you get into the snacks?
They'll never know what hit them. Swiftly.
What have horrors done to you?
How much is that? 39. 90? 90 puff caps. 9? 6? 7? Oh, that's so satisfying, man. 6? Yeah, it just keeps going. Every time they draw 5 or more, they draw another. 16. Oh well, you're dead.
Vandal Scout leaves no trace.
So funny, bro. I kinda nailed this character. Game start, draw me from not in your hand. Nah. Take this one. Welcome gifts. Ooh, welcome gifts. It actually, that's pretty great with evolution. Yeah. Cut a card? Okay, I'm just gonna cut something that I have a lot of that I don't want. And it might honestly be this. No, I only have 2 copies. I have 4 of the pop. Yeah, I'll cut the pop. He does have the far side though, but I mean, this is 13 shrooms. Maybe I just cut this. I've never played this once. But it doesn't let me draw a champion? Man, this is hard. Okay, let's cut the chump one. The guy we just got. When I'm summoned, draw a spell, Spirit Challenger. Spirit is a +2/+2 essentially. I have 2 of the regular Teemo and 3 of big Teemo. I don't want to draw more. I really don't want to draw more. Game start, draw me from not in your hand. Perfect. Literally perfect. Oh, Puffcat Peddler? Deal the rush? Copy me onto the same targets? 4 Teemos? It's never gonna happen though. Let's try this.
On my way.
Let's not go too crazy with the stats. We only want the puff caps. Yeah, it will never be played. It will literally never be played. 12 mana, I don't get there ever. But this is good. Okay, we have both Teemos, of course. When I have the Farsight Alteration, I draw him naturally anyway. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright. So how do we do this? I think we actually start here. We'll play it a little bit greedy. See if we can get away with greed.
They grow up so fast.
And my hand is full. Okay, so now they play Anivia.
We all walk our own path.
They don't play Anivia.
I believe in you. Oh, this Trollland! What is this? The egg!
Oh, he would have been free actually. Yeah, I have this item. You're right. I'm mostly worried about this though. If I played the Teemo too early, he could just die. But I have he has Spell Shield, so he gets +1/+1. It would be like a 5/5.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Yeah, that'd be 0.
Will no one listen? Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
I'll have what he's having.
Okay, we don't need. Actually, I'm never playing this either. Let's do this. I'll do it here because this is probably what they have the most of. Only +4. Plant 4 poison puff caps on copies of it in the opponent's deck. So they have 1 copy of this. So they probably have another one of these in their hand. Which is fine.
I'll scout ahead. Swiftly.
Yeah, no reason to attack it. 174. They could just be dead here. They're not dead. I need to just tank this hit and then play... No, I can't play Ava anymore. I can do it after this, though.
I'm a peddler, not a meddler.
Ava. I mean, now I have one more chance to shuffle more shrooms and then I can go Ava. If I'm using the Fiddle Relic with Teemo, that's what I usually play. Yeah, it's really, really good.
I've always been a fun guy.
Okay, so now we send it and then we play Ava and we go all in. Unless they're dead here. They might be dead here. The crazy thing is, this is when I deal damage, plant that many poison pop caps in the enemy deck. But when, like, the one AoE when they draw a pop cap is considered his damage. Okay, so they're just... I could have played Ava, but oh, wait. No, they're dead. Unless they draw 0. There's no way. No. Oh my god. Once you reach that threshold where they just have too many shrooms in their deck, they're just always dead. You just can't stop it. Because every time they draw a shroom, they get more shrooms. Dang. Copy meal to the same time. We can make them draw 6 cards with this. Okay. This is... I'll go here. Oh, bro!
At last, my time is at hand.
Is the new update worth going back, Sonny? I stopped playing since January. Yeah, this is the best update they've done. 100%. Oh no, I don't. No, I don't have small Teemo. Oh, I saw a Tron. Oh, there he is.
These are trollers.
A dark cloud looms on the horizon.
He's a 1350.
Embrace.
Yeah, how do we play this?
I will remind the world of true power.
This is maximum power incoming. Okay, we'll do this first.
Reporting in. There's enough for
It's really nice that they already have the top Nexus, so we're not accidentally killing them. Oh, I don't have mana for him.
armed and ready.
Smashing!
There's just no idea. Why did they not block this? What?
Adventure starts with mushrooms. That's my state.
Oh my god.
It is
274.
time for you to prove yourself, my warrior.
I dare not serve any other, my lady.
4. That's good. That means they don't die yet. I don't have another team.
You got a problem?
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
I'll have what he's having.
Stinging cold.
So they could play that again next turn, and then Teemo is going to be at 1 HP. If they have multiple ice shards, this Teemo could die before he gets the hit in. That would really suck. Wait, are they already dead? Oh, I think they're already dead. Oh no, they're already dead. Here we go. Sit back. 40, they're dead. They're already dead. I didn't have to do anything for it. Yeah, they're dead. Yep. Oh my god, the double Teemo dream! There it is, there it is.
Never underestimate the power of the Scout's Code.
Alright. That's pretty good. The double Teemo dream. Yeah, it's as good as it looked. With the 6-star, every time they draw 5, it just keeps going. It's just crazy, man. Oh yeah, the LOR AMA is about to start. Yeah, you could do that. You wouldn't accidentally kill them? Yeah, we accidentally killed them. I wanted to get one more hit in, but it's not like it matters. Because with that hit, they would get lower because of the double attack and the 7 damage. So that would just mean less shrooms anyway. Yeah, but still. Now win with Teemo, finding Spirit Blossom Teemo. It's not as good though. It's only 3 stars. And you don't get like the really cool, when they draw 5 shrooms, they draw another card. What is a legendary though? What are legendary runes? Actually, I think I have one. I think I have one legendary shroom. Oh. Wait, did I just get one? Wait, yo! Okay, we might need to invest in Master Yi now. Wait, hold on. Wait, that's so good. I think that is the best one, by the way. Because all the other ones are kind of like, yeah, they just get a little bit stronger with this. But with Yi, it's like, okay, now I go from strong to just like God mode. Oh, I have this one. Stolen allies have elusive. Like, whatever. I mean... when an ephemeral ally gains stats against... I mean, why would I use this on anything else? Get in there. Very nice. Blade Master Phantom has Skirmisher's Blade. That's a really big upgrade, too. Get a Mana Gem. I hate how it zooms in like that sometimes. So... what's my wallet looking like? Spirit Blossom? 40 Spirit Blossom Nova Shard. Maybe if we get lucky, we get a few more. The AMA is on YouTube, actually. It's live. They're crazy for doing that, by the way. Okay. Starts in 1 minute. Let's see what's going on. I miss LOR pre-Path of Champions. I miss PvP, yeah. Hope they get my question from here. I mean, it's strong from experience. You get to chain many wolves. I only got the ephemeral ally. Oh, there.
Weird.
Hello.
Oh, that's right.
Should probably use the mic.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, players.
Hi, everybody in chat. Shout out chat.
Shout out.
Which I assume because
Shout
we
out
don't
chat.
actually see chat here.
Yes, I'm gonna actually.
I just see a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Still weird. All right. Anyway.
All right,
thanks,
guys.
y'all.
This is a natural human experience.
I have a question.
Right. Every human does this.
What if I ask them this?
Thanks for coming out. So we got a lot.
This is something I've always wanted to ask them, and I think now might be the time.
So we're gonna actually start with some of the questions that came in ahead of time. But we definitely want to make sure that we hit the live chat. So
Should we introduce ourselves as well?
We shouldn't. This happens every time.
Yeah.
This happens every time. Please.
They didn't say
Go
hello
ahead.
to me. I'm already offended.
Yeah, so I'm Eric Chen. I'm the EP executive producer on Legends of Runeterra.
I'm Brian Koplik. I'm senior game designer on Legends of Runeterra. Been here 4 years.
I am Lope, and I'm the publishing lead on lore. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to dive into the questions. So we have an hour.
Show it
and
again.
We are going to try to get through as many as we can. And we're going to take a break. So we got a lot of questions ahead of time. So about halfway through, we're going to
I think they're going to pick my questions, so I'll not troll them.
And then we're going to kind of just do a mix of both because we want to make sure that we also get live questions. So that sounds good to y'all. Then we're gonna get
Bro wants
started
to have a
with
second
some of
aneurysm.
our questions that came in over the last few days.
I'll
I
just
think
let
we're
it
gonna
be,
start
Chad.
with some softball questions.
Yeah, softballs.
Softballs.
Easy ones.
About the Spirit Blossom economy. So I'm
Softball?
gonna
I
read
don't know if
two
that's a
questions
softball.
that kind of would have a similar answer. So, is there more of AU events, or was it one time to test the waters? And how do the devs feel about the event now?
Okay,
It
can you hear
is
me?
nearly
Or should we go?
over.
Okay.
What caused you to switch up the economy so drastically for this event from a predetermined and reward structure with a chance to high roll to a completely
Beautiful board
random
game.
all rewards in a single chest
This is
structure?
Riftbound, I think.
And
Oh,
why
no,
was
it's
it
not.
not announced?
Yeah.
Those are actual
So
cards.
first part first, why did we do Spirit Blossom? So we did it for 3 reasons. The first is League Studios, League of Legends was doing a Spirit Blossom event around the same time. And we just thought it would be a natural, great synergistic moment with them. Great example, Otacon, which is now, in League, that came from Legends of Runeterra first as a card. So it just made sense for us to participate in that moment.
And we have the skins.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. The second thing is we definitely view lore from a long-term perspective, from content cadence. We want to be doing this game for like 10 years, 15 years from now. But we know that we're going to run out of League mains if we do only those, like at the pace that we do them, in a couple of years. So we want to find ways to make sure that content cadence is available at a high satisfying rate. And alternate universe, ways of doing champs was one way we think we could do that we thought would be like fun and cool. And also like Spirit Blossom
I thought he said
before,
fucking cool, but he said fun and cool.
It remains our best performing like event. So it felt like it made a cool. And also like Spirit Blossom from before, the last time we did that as a thematic, it remains our best performing like event.
Okay.
So it felt like it made a lot of sense that this would be the one that we would start dipping that toe in.
That makes sense.
The third reason is that AUs offer us like actually a pretty cool thematic way to revisit or like check out champions. So the example I kind of use is like if we think about we're going to do like Azir 2 or Renekton 2, like if we're doing Shurima again, it's cooler to have a corrupted approach to revisiting that like stuff rather than here's just another take at
let's do that. Let's do those cards.
And the theme is just
I like the
Shurima
corrupted theme
again.
a lot.
Right. Yeah, we get to blend like what you know about the champion with a much more significant twist than just like, oh, let's look at it from a different perspective. It's like, no, they're in a completely different universe. How would they act in this way? So
yeah, and it also has a unifying
very specific thing to
that we
mention.
can then tie interesting things.
It is.
You already see with a little bit with Spirit Blossom.
You could do so many cool
that,
things
like,
with corrupted
synergize
though.
with the presence of additional ones or how much they're ranked up.
Yeah.
And that AUs just let us do that in a way that doesn't feel like a little. It just feels cooler, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
That being said, we definitely are listening to players in terms of like feedback on AUs, and we know our core mission is to get League mains into the game ultimately, so everybody gets to enjoy theirs. And I'm not at all saying that Akali lovers have to wait until like 10 years from now. That's definitely not going to be the case. So don't think that
Akali,
that long term before you get your League mains. But we want to make sure we have a long term.
Very specific. Again.
So then next part of it is like, why is the economy the way it is? And there's like really two things. The core thing about
AUs are alternate universe.
We thought it's cool to open chests and open them a lot. Like that just is a fun experience. So that was the core thesis. And that's why a lot of the economy is set up in a way that you could get a lot of chests in a lot of different places through like pretty consistent play. What we missed was that
fun? So
it
many
doesn't
duplicates
feel good to open up only 1-star crystal.
Gambling is
that's
cool.
Clearly true. And so that's like a big learning that we won't repeat.
Yeah. Additionally, just like based on the way the team operates, we do a lot of reuse. So the Spirit Blossom chests are obviously reused Star Vessel chests. And I recognize that there's anchoring around like, oh, this looks this way, so I expect this kind of output. So that's something that I feel like I would either make super clear from the beginning or like do our best to, if we're going to reuse, then it should feel similar if it's going to have a similar shape. Something to improve on.
Yeah. So I feel like we felt like we had a good reason for what we did, but we didn't execute well in a lot of respects, and that's where the frustration came from, and that's where we're listening, and we feel strongly that.
I think it's fair that they point that out.
Totally. Thank you both. There were a few more questions about the economy, so I'm just going to kind of run through a few and I think pass it over to you, Eric. And Brian, feel free to chime in as well. So would you address and fix the Spirit Blossom economy? That's the main problem of the game right now. The cost of AU resources, especially star crystals, feel disproportionately high compared to how little they drop. Are there any plans to adjust drop rates or introduce more reliable sources so progression doesn't feel locked behind such steep walls? Will the rates of future AU
KDA
events
Universe,
also be this low?
Possible.
Or will they return to normal? Do you believe that these low rates will affect non-AU champion releases, or will they not be affected? What is the dev team going to learn from this AU event regarding
Brian's trying
answering
not to
player
laugh.
feedback, free-to-play, player balancing, and risk assessment of new chests?
You might
and
want to.
resources?
We might want to start breaking these up because I don't think we're going to hit all that.
There's a lot.
I've already forgotten a little bit of it.
It's
so.
all it's all right. I mean, the gist is right. Like, what did we learn?
Yes.
Brian was losing it in the middle of that question.
If not, why? So I think the easy answer is we definitely learned.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to rewind, but that's hilarious.
Like, that's definitely the strong takeaway that we got. Even though like a lot of things went well from maybe a product side, we're here to make sure we
2025. I don't blame him, bro.
Well
5 questions at once.
Objective. So I feel very confident saying this way of doing an event, this way of doing AUs is not something we'll repeat. And it certainly will not flow into the core constellation for League Prime, whatever, League Core, mains, or whatever it is. So I think players can rest assured that that's not going to be the case. Some things we did were good, and we'll take some lessons from that, but this core structure, especially like from a player experience, we're definitely going to move away from that. In terms of like, did the tuning do kind of like what we wanted? That's really hard to parse out simply because we released a mistuned economy from the start, and then we released a bunch of stuff to compensate for the mistake we made and the bad player experience we had. So it's dangerous for us to try and draw lessons from that, from a tuning like goals and shot calls perspective.
We just did a lot at once, which also just like muddies the, was it the fact that we did 3
that kind of
champs?
sucks
What about
though.
runes? What about glory?
I was really hoping this event would be
and then
successful.
Adding, a bunch of extra
releasing a
resources
deck
into
with
the
actual new cards
into the
was just so
ecosystem.
good.
Ultimately it's like very difficult for us to draw like core economy lessons from that. So we're really focusing on the experience that you guys told us was not satisfying as that lesson there. Also, a lot of people ask, why didn't we just like retune chess to like drop 5, right in the middle of things? The past experience has taught me, and it's probably taught other folks on this team, that like retuning it live when it's already like not going from a way that players like just will generally create more headaches than it solves.
You have to think about the player who has cleared all of the adventures already, and then the player who has not cleared any of them. So they're receiving very different amounts of resources. And yes, it's a PvE game. Technically, your resources don't affect other players, but like we agree that it doesn't feel fair. Even if you're playing this game alone, to have someone else have received so much more than you just because they waited doesn't sit right.
Yeah, these are like the things that as a player you don't think about at all.
Live,
you think about your experience, but they think about the player's experience.
Too risky from a like trying to make it right and make it better for players' perspective. So we wanted to approach it and do it other ways. One of those ways is kind of like some of the questions that are being asked in that grip is, well, how are you going to get these resources now when the event ends? So for future access to these resources, we are still discussing it. We know there's a couple of locked-in sources. So the Glory Store and the Emporium, as they currently have offers, those will stay, and we'll probably augment them in some ways. We know that the Spirit Blossom map will return, just like the Arcane map returned earlier, and the Arcane map delivered a whole bunch of like new resources. So when Spirit Blossom returns, like 7 months from now, that will also happen. We're also building new things, new features, new systems that we also expect to be future sources as well. One of the things I think we definitely can do better is help players understand, hey, this event is not the be-all, end-all of these resources.
I think that was the worst thing. They just weren't very upfront about.
Part of that is because
alternate universe is different economy.
100% know those plans.
Yes, that I say, like that's a miss that we've discussed in terms of like making sure that we have not just captured what we intend the post-event economy to be, but like have very clearly spelled that out for players.
There's one guy in the AMA
I've
chat
seen
asking
them
devs to
like
give Arya subtitles so
rationally
he
go
can
like,
play
oh,
with
well, the
Nico.
stuff in the glory store will stay,
Sending me.
stuff in the Emporium will stay. And it's like, okay, good, because that
Just
is our
make her a
intention.
turret.
Those things are
Give
like,
her Heimer's
these will be
relics so
here,
she's a
you'll
turret.
be able to continue to collect them. They aren't going away when the event ends. But we should definitely like
It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And I don't think it's wrong of us to not.
Oh
fully
wait, you
know the
mean
plans,
playing Nico
one,
and then
this is
finding
a
Arya?
live service game,
right?
And two, the best answer to make the best player experience should definitely come from us, like seeing how things are playing out and reacting to players and how you guys both feel and how you guys are actually doing from the data perspective in terms of like progression and stuff.
Yeah.
So we knew that there would be more ways for players to eventually get these resources. We knew that the current rate that players see from the sources in the game now does not represent reality. I know there's like
I got a feeling Brian will
commenter
knock over his
who's,
glass
like
before
done
the
the
Q&A
math and
ends.
said it's going to take me 33 years, and I recognize
Just
that
send the question.
from what you know as players, that's what it feels like, and it's a miss on our part to not explain what we know.
What is this? The
which
Q&A.
is that that's not
Live
the
Q&A.
intended rate, and it will be a lot better. But we can't give you an exact year increment thing because we want to make sure we make the best decisions after the event for players.
We saw pretty much the same thing when Constellations dropped.
Yeah.
Where I think it was like 13 years to get the fill out a gemstones for a single champ, and it's like there's no way that number is true anymore because like in our mind we were like, well, Glory still have it. You'll be able to pick which region. We were also able to add like region choice to the Emporium. So like, yeah, our hope is always that we can kind of meet you where you are, but to start, we just need to like put stuff out there, just like see how the economy is working, and then unfortunately we can't like turn on a dime, right?
Right.
I saw some people talk about like why was the second month of the event like not fully retuned or anything like that, and it's like, well, the second month of the event was pretty like we have localization lock and all in day around the same time, which is like 2 weeks. Like once a patch drops, it's basically we go straight into all in day, which is all features, all major content need to be like ready for that patch and like locked. Because if we start to touch that stuff, it really thrashes our QA team. It makes localization more difficult. So it's like we
I don't know
unfortunately
what's going
can't
on in that
just
guy's
immediately
Gooner mind.
respond to
Just
feedback.
the
It's always
messenger.
going to take like a little bit of time.
And maybe
for
they'll
us
pick
to-
up his
to get it
question.
in there. And I know that feels like a really long time when you're in it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we will make this better for sure.
Yeah. And also, like, we can't just drop things to go all in to try and fix it because we're working on the next like 2, 3, 4 patches in a row, all like simultaneously.
Right.
Like, so we get the frustration though. Like, want to be really, really clear. We feel, we know how players feel about it, and we hear it, and we are trying to listen, but we cannot just like move immediately for all the reasons we just kind of explained.
Right.
Wonderful answers. There is more, but wait, there's more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's also related to the economy. So this player asked, will the trend of alienating a large portion of the player base from major event experiences, mainly to slow their progress so whales receive better treatment, while also making the experience increasingly predatory to push free-to-play players into spending, continue?
Real quick, yes, there are a lot of points there. This always comes back to like I always want to take any of these questions and reduce them down to like, where is this coming from? And it is just so clear that this was like intensely frustrating for players, due to a myriad of reasons. And
I'm surprised they
like,
read it out.
You have some answers for this question, but at the core of it is like, we can't continue to make decisions that upset you. Like that's not how we can run a game. So yes, I want to register that like, we are going to answer your
You want to
questions.
keep pissing off
some good
everyone
answers
that
here,
plays
but,
this
like,
game.
We hear you.
Yes.
This was not something we will
Fuck
repeat
you.
in this form.
Here's RE3 and Lux
I want
3.
to echo what Brian's saying. We definitely
pretty
know
good.
the learning we take from this is that the manifestation of the economy for Spirit Blossom was one that was frustration heavy, and we don't want to repeat that. So that's like a really big takeaway that I think players should hopefully recognize from what
My
we're doing and
take
what we're
is
answering
that if
here.
they're going to release premium
but this-
champions like the
yeah,
alternate universe
softballs
ones,
are definitely what we're starting with.
do
in
one
terms of
per
like
event.
answers. So
make some
I
of them
really like
attainable
this
for
question,
players, and
I
then
ask
have
that we
one
make
that's
sure we
like, hey, this
answer
is
it
premium.
because I think it
This one
helps
is a little harder and
us
different to
address
get.
some of those misapprehensions.
Makes no sense to
that
release
players
6
have,
premium champions over the
like,
course of 2 months.
holistically, about Spirit Blossom and
that's
the tuning
horrible.
stuff. The first thing I would say is that like I don't agree that there's a trend happening. So note that before Spirit Blossom came out, we had the Mel and Thresh release, which included the Arcane map, which was a full grip of brand new adventures with a ton of new rewards that were fully free to play with no change in our monetization strategy. So we, right before Spirit Blossom, gave players a whole bunch of extra stuff that we had not been doing before, right? The second thing I would say is that we, where's the next thing that I had? The second thing I'd say is that when we look at the actual progression,
Eric,
for
you prepared
players,
live
and
questions?
specifically, I looked at month
How does that
2
work?
because month 1 was harder. We both
Are we getting
released
more
an
SB
economy that was
resources?
too
I doubt
tight,
it.
and then
I
we
don't
had
think
some
they've mentioned
compensation
that.
stuff. But by and large, we saw that most players, once they opened those rewards, just kind of spent them immediately as we would want on like Ari and Teemo and stuff like that. So when we look at month 2 champions, I did look at the data. I'm seeing that there is more progression for players on like Rune Stars and 4 stars and 5 stars than say a comparable period when Constellations was released back in May of 2024. So starting from a similar standpoint, players got a lot more progress.
My audio?
Now, I do want to acknowledge players right now live in a different world for core Runeterra resources than they did back in May of June of 2024.
Wait, I'm good, right?
Like that was Constellations release. At least it's been out a lot longer. You've had a lot of free rewards, so it is true you can like make progress on say Mel or Thresh faster. But
I am surprised, but I don't think you realize like how
stars unlocked at like the high
how good-willed Runeterra devs
to
actually
what
are.
Players are seeing for Kindred and Yasuo and Master Yi.
I've talked to these people a
do wanna
bunch,
note
and they
that,
really
like,
just want to make the best game
progression-wise, I
possible.
don't
That's
think
their
we're,
only thing. They want to make players happy.
Sacrificing
Really, that's just like the
free-to-play,
core of
player
Runeterra.
experiences for dedicated progression. I'll also note that 3-star Spirit Blossom champions are among the highest performing in content, especially on tougher adventures. So if you look at 5-star and 6-star adventures, over the past 3 months, only a handful of champs like actually outperform them compared to the Spirit Blossom champs. So, like Asol is better. Unsurprisingly, Asol is Asol. LeBlanc, Morgana, and Yasuo were the only ones that had higher win rates against these higher champions. And we do think 3 stars are accessible to free-to-play players as long as you've been like playing and opening a whole bunch.
That's
of
crazy,
chests.
actually.
And so we don't think
like LeBlanc is way
alienating
overtuned,
core players from that.
but Yasuo and Morgana are
And
just.
that was also the intent of these Spirit Blossom champions is we aimed them a little higher on power level and with a much higher power ceiling because we knew that
Mel Thresh patch was bad, but it was a downtime patch.
I also don't think that the data shows that there's alienation from the perspective of activity. So August, the Spirit Blossom release is the highest performing from an active standpoint that we've had since January. So it's our best performing event of the year by a pretty comfortable margin. More importantly, the number of average hours that players are playing right now is the highest since Fiddlesticks and pretty much the highest since Constellations, other than Fiddlesticks has come out. So
those are healthy signs.
It doesn't feel like from our perspective that players feel alienated or are alienated because they're playing pretty much as they've ever been.
Are we recovering? I mean, I have noticed that Runeterra is in an upward spiral. This is also the reason I started playing more and more and streaming it again.
The next thing I would say is that like
they're making good content. What more can we ask for?
Kind of refers to like free-to-play players being alienated at the expense of like spenders. And I again, because we think that the
people still play
the
Runeterra,
core value proposition of those players, which is that
we went from 2 players to 3 players. That's why they're so excited.
Is fairly accessible and satisfying. We have philosophically viewed like the higher tiers of star powers as being like kind of luxury items. We don't think it is like core to your experience to enjoy like Legends of Runeterra. And we've seen on like say Reddit, people post like, hey, we beat Lissandra with 3 stars. And that's ultimately what we're trying to going for. If you're a free-to-play player, you have access to every adventure, you can try every champion at their like core expression of their like kit. And you get to do that all for free with only a modest amount of like play.
I think I just saw a post where somebody took 0-star Master Yi into Lissandra and won, which
Yeah,
is just like there's so much skill expression in our game. You don't need any stars.
I saw one person took 0-star Nora against.
If
like
only
a
I could
6.5
D-star to try that
adventure
myself.
and also completed it. It was the one person.
Right.
Whoever you
100%.
are.
That's not
good job.
That's not
That's me.
standard.
Thank
Kudos
you.
to that person.
That's me. They're talking to me.
So part of this may just be a fundamental like misalignment with players about like what they expect about the 6 stars, and we want to be clear about it. We don't think 6 stars are like the core experience of Legends of Runeterra champions. We view them as like aspirational, higher end content, and it should make harder content easier, but it's not necessary. It's not like a paywall to you think like what Legends of Runeterra's like experience is. And yeah, that's maybe that's an expectation that players didn't have, and that I think 6 stars is like the core necessary experience, and that's just philosophically not where we're at.
They'll never know.
Ultimately, I'd say like this is a lot, of course, about the monetization strategy stuff. We're not going to deny a lot
Some
of
of
the
that was 2
things
years
that
ago.
we did
Felt
here. We
pretty
thought
dead
were
in
both
ranked.
fun, but are trying to respect the business health needs of
The last time you
Runeterra,
played was
right,
2
as a
years
game.
ago, and
And our
rank
core
was
philosophy
dead.
is ultimately
Did you
around providing
accidentally
an experience
queue
that
up like
people
a
feel
Steam
is
game
worth
from
paying for.
2015?
So again, we
The
don't
fuck you mean? It
view
was dead 2
6
years ago.
stars as
That
a
was the Elder
necessary
Dragon and Volibear
aspect
patch.
of your experience.
That was the
in Legends
highest
of Runeterra.
player
So we
numbers
say,
they
hey,
had
would
since
you
like
to pay for
beta.
a 6 star? Would you like to skip a bunch of time, admittally a lot of time, in order to get like all of your champs to 6 star? You can do so through pay, and that's like our like core principle.
If you mean a year
philosophy.
ago,
We
then
don't
yeah, you could be
gate the champion itself behind any sort of paywall. You can unlock them, you can get them to 0, 1, 2, 3 star with play.
They really don't
at
need to
a-
do
a
this. They
reasonably,
don't need to like
expectation
cope
of engagement.
and tell players like, yeah, actually, you
So,
can do all this. You just aren't.
I did notice there was like an immediate question to your answer. So
Sure.
I'm going to quickly answer this live or say this live question. If 6 stars aren't necessary for the experience, will you be reworking Pike's 6 star then? As a lot of us would probably say his 6 star is what makes his gameplay.
Yeah, that
No.
is. So I saw a few questions about reworking stuff, and I would say that there's been a few times where we've
Oh,
tripped.
then
and
I was upset to
accidentally,
go
like,
against the
put
same
out
person
a,
3 times in a row. Yeah, you were playing the wrong game.
like
You were not
Caelan's
playing
Relic
Runeterra.
or Pike 6 star in this example, where there are
I
things
lived
that
and
feel a
breathed
little
this
too
game. That's
fundamental
never
to
happened
the
to
kit.
me.
And that is not something that we want to repeat. So we now have that in mind when we are designing future relics and future 6 stars, that it needs to feel like an enhancement and not like a critical quality of life, like necessary power.
Relics
leap.
too, huh? That's the more important one.
So I can take a double check at Pike and see what's going on. I don't know when we will return to these champions, but there have been enough questions about like
I'll check for you.
not just
but we're
making
not
them feel
changing
better, but
anything.
also their power level compared to new stuff that's coming out. That we should take a look at some point.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're this is a live service game. We're doing things for the first time in many ways. We're going to make mistakes, and that's, I think, part and parcel of the game development experience. But we have the great benefit of being able to
relics. Do you mean
address those mistakes?
the little
if
nodes?
players point them out, and it
The
feels
7 star,
So
basically.
I think that's a really good question. I will also, at the same time, say, over time,
Not critical of
and
you or
over
anything?
like
No, I mean,
concerted play.
You just said 2
you should
years
be
ago,
able
which
to
is really weird
earn
because I think that was
resources
like
to get a Bilgewater Nova
pretty much the
Crystal,
height
to
of like
unlock
Runeterra
Pike
since like
6 star for
Bilgewater
free.
and stuff.
It's not a gated thing from a paywall perspective.
So playing against the same
It
person
does
3
mean you'll
times
have
in
to
a
focus
row.
on that. You'll have to go to the glory store and use your glory to get those Bilgewater gold
That must
vessels.
have
And
maybe
all that
like
stuff.
5 AM queues or something.
So even
2
if we
years
do
ago,
go back and address
like
it,
things looked
with
healthy for
sometime later,
PvP,
you
and
can
then
still get it for free.
yeah, ultimately
Which
they still
before
didn't make
Spirit
any
Blossom,
money.
there was no option to target
More players than
Bilgewater
ever,
Crystal.
less money
That was
than
something
ever.
that we had wanted to add,
Because of the
like,
monetization
some
being
ability to
bad.
target specific regions as well as obtain signature relics for free. So
And how do you do that, Brian?
in the glory store.
The glory store. Awesome. Thanks, y'all. We have like a few additional economy questions, and then we're probably going to take a few live questions.
I mean, that goes into a bit of what you're talking about, of like seeing what the post-event economy looks like and making sure that continues to feel good.
Yeah.
So we are leaving the stuff that is still there. Both the glory store and the Emporium, what is currently there, will stay. Caveat that we are squishing the runic vessels into one combined runic vessel, just for ease of like under the hood stuff. So it'll have access to all of the legendary relics. But no, other than that, it's the same price. I believe the same availability as well.
Yeah.
So.
And also, one, to the point that we've learned stuff from this economy and not feel satisfying. When we start introducing more Spirit
How is
Blossom
Eric holding
resources
his
into the
mic?
different
Does he just
systems
have
we
it
talked
like
about,
between his
they
arms?
will not just come in the chest form. We will get you ways to get directly Spirit Blossom crystals,
legendary relics. Eventually, we'll get
adventure
those.
reward or quest reward. We
It
haven't
floats.
figured it out yet.
Yeah, because part of the problem
you
with,
can't
like,
see
direct
Lope's right
putting
hand, but
star
she's
crystals
actually just
directly on the
like
event when it returns is that there will be some players who just don't
enchanting
need that.
it, just casting a spell
so we
on
want to
it.
come up with a way where the player who is still behind on that, like, can, I don't know, maybe it is purchasing it from a shop or something like that, but the player who is maxed out on it still feels like the adventures are worth their time.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's more. So it's
Someone is
hard
under the
to
desk holding
condense
it.
down
You
the
can see
map
his legs.
into character limit. So I'll just shorten it to with 1 chest a month and 0.25 Nova shards on average. It will take 33 years to get 1 crystal. Is this intentional? And if not, what changes do you intend to make?
Is it intentional that in 33
Spirit Blossom
years you
units
unlock
achievable
something?
for free to play?
Yeah. So I think we have addressed like this
Yeah.
point to in our previous answers. Like, yeah, the tuning that you see available from the sources that you know about, yes, it does feel like it's an extremely frustrating long amount of time. It doesn't seem reasonable, and that was a mistake on our part to not help better communicate early on. Free to play players will eventually have access to ways to speed up that rate of acquisition. For sure.
Right.
Like, yeah, again, we want to do the right thing by as many players as we possibly can through these choices, and that's why we haven't like locked into like a year plan like
I'm
now
elusive.
in this
Elusive's
day,
gonna see elusive.
because the future will change, and especially what features we're able to release next year that will help even further push that is like a big part of it. So we can't tell you, oh, it's not actually 33 years, it's actually like some radically shorter amount of time, but we know it's going to be lesser, and we should have told players up front at the beginning, because we did know that.
Yeah, and I can start by saying in 610 the purchase limit's going to be 5 on those. So, and I can already see people being like, great, now it's only 6 years, but it's like, again, we aren't done.
Yeah,
It's the same with gemstones, where it was 13 years when it started, and then just has slowly decreased into a much more reasonable pace, and that's kind of the same plan we expect.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you'll always find in an
There was a
economy like that.
question, will you consider letting AU champs use original 11 regions currencies instead, since you're already releasing more champs, increasing node costs, and making gemstone nodes more valuable? You should be making more money from selling gemstone Nova shard bundles.
Yeah, so the short answer is no. We do
Kyoko.
believe the Spirit Blossom region should be its own distinct
Cheers.
thing. There's a lot of different like pros and cons to why that's true.
Got me
but
back
we
in
think
the
pros
LOR pat to chat. It's fun,
outweigh
right?
The cons,
The Spirit
by a pretty
Blossom
comfortable
event is
margin.
just so good.
And also identity-wise, it just feels right.
Right.
That Spirit Blossom champs should have Spirit Blossom resources to do that. I do also want to touch on like we're making more money and stuff like that. And there was like a future. I'm going to jump ahead. I know there's like a question like, what are the financials like? How did Spirit Blossom do all this?
They're
stuff?
answering
And I
that.
think this question is a reasonable segue to that, which is Spirit Blossom as an event was
here we go
our most successful like kind of business outcome event of the year. It was, and that means like actives and hours like we talked about, but it was also revenue. So on that side, great.
Right.
On the other side of things, I don't think that one event does not tell the whole story. So
yeah,
monetization is an ongoing thing, right? We are a game, we have costs, we've made changes that like kind of increase costs. Everything we do ultimately costs money. So for example, getting VO that already exists in League into our game, that even still costs money. You'd think like, oh, Riot already has it, but no, we want to pay more licensing fees for the actors, the voice actors who had signed up for one game, and they deserve to be paid fairly for their work in other places.
Yeah,
so
fair.
Everything we do, even things that players might think are like, oh, free or cheap or whatever, it does cost money, and so monetization and revenue is part of the things that we need to do in order to help lore continue to grow. And what we've seen is that player assumptions around what continues to help us make money don't necessarily reflect the reality that we're aware about. So I think a good example, without getting too much detail, is like the Glory Store is a great feature that's been requested that we know we wanted and committed to very early on. We want to make sure every aspect of the game, including signature relics, those champion epic relics, are free to play accessible. But they are also an incredibly important part of the monetization strategy for us. And, the Glory Store is going to impact that, in a materially negative way. And we are already seeing that. So, everything that has worked in the past is not continuing to work for us in the future in the same way. So we will always have to continue to evolve and grow with players on what is the best way to present content that players are willing to pay for. And things that worked, 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago do not work at all in the same ways.
As well as our goal is not like, okay, we hit our number, stay there. It's we're still having to do a lot of reuse and stuff like that. And like, I personally want to live in a world where I can request more new assets and like grow the team and like really expand this game into what I want it to be, and not just like live in kind of a more scrappy world.
The last thing I'll just kind of say is like, look, we do fundamentally make this game for the players, and so if players are dissatisfied, we change so that players can be more satisfied. And we will not always make decisions that are like great.
So
sometimes we'll make decisions that are frustrating, and we hear you, and we'll make changes to do that. But we will always be trying to balance the best outcomes we can get for players from an experience standpoint, from enjoyment standpoint, from loving the game, but also how we reach business viability for us.
That's the whole thing, right?
It is
that
true
difficult
that
balance.
the way we make TPOC and the things we do today have outperformed some of the stuff in the past from like either the PvP or cosmetic side, but we still have a long way to go. And we ultimately, on the one hand, it's great. We are able to hire. We are finally like growing as a team, and that's really, really cool. That hasn't been true for a while, but we're still not at the place that we remotely need to be to get to the points that like Brian was talking about, like growing this team in a way that feels like we can deliver all the best stuff that we used to be able to before. And that's our goal. That is our goal. We don't want to sit in this world of having to reuse stuff as much as possible.
But it's not just acting. No, I mean, I think
like
directly
growing the game from
people enough now to say that this is not
That's actually
an act. They
a
generally
really
do feel
good
that way.
segue into
They're real ones.
The team is kind of a unit of one, and there was actually a question about just the communication for the Spirit Blossom event.
Riot as
I
a
feel like
business.
this is a good natural segue.
Yeah.
So what are the steps the team is taking to improve how and what you are properly communicating with the players, as well as managing expectations? So we've mentioned a lot about the small but mighty lore dev team, but we haven't actually talked about the publishing lore team. It is me. I am the publishing lore team, so I'm in charge of the communications, the creative direction, the brand management,
cinematics, the music videos,
the things, and actually, as like a unit, helping fund things like new in-game illustrations on the publishing side. So we're like combining forces in order to make the game as incredible as it can be. So the new level ups, for instance, that was me partnering with our incredibly talented tech artist. Like there's just so much passion from this team, and we will make it happen in whatever way we can. And so that also comes from the publishing side. So to kind of touch back on the original intent of the question, publishing also is a small but mighty team, aka myself. And so I'm still learning, and I really appreciate hearing folks' feedback, because without it, I can't improve the communication. So totally hear y'all and agree with
yeah, it's hard,
improving and setting expectations.
You got to feel for the devs a little bit.
Like patch notes, and we know that y'all love previews and things like that. So especially when there's big changes like a Spirit Blossom event, we'll definitely make sure to set expectations ahead of time. Especially with some of the folks that were like, "Is AU events going to be the status quo forever?" And so that was just a miss. And so definitely something we're going to improve on in the future.
Right.
Yeah. Are y'all down to take some live questions?
Yeah, let's do some live questions.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Now that the softballs are out of the way.
The softballs.
Now
Yes.
that the easy questions are done, let's hit some
softballs,
just some things that really make us sweat.
Yes.
Passive aggressive. Are you going to keep milking your players dry?
No. Actually, this one's a little bit. Will we get more pet/summon champions like Annie? Are they difficult to design?
Pet/summon champions. I would say they're less difficult to design, actually, just because for free, it's like, well, here's another card that I get to put text on to build resonance. Like, no, I love the idea of more summon champions. And also, yeah, we want to put every champion in the game.
Yeah.
There's, so like,
But it's cool to know that some
Ivern.
champs
Yeah, let's go
have
Ivern. Even
some
better.
part of it that makes it easier design or more straightforward design. Or...
Yeah, I say easier, but also it's like, well, now there's another card that I need to figure out and do next time. But I like that stuff. So
yeah.
Awesome. Will there be any new Nightmare adventures?
Short answer, yes. Longer answer, none currently slated, but I do recognize that we keep putting the Nightmare stuff on events. So there's none slated for like the actual Nightmare layer right now. But every time
Teemo is basically
returns,
a Nightmare.
Those adventures will return with more rewards. That said, that is the same.
They need to make a Nightmare for like the down
new
pad
Nightmare
patches.
adventures.
Like the next month should have
again,
new Nightmare.
none currently slated, but it is still.
It's really surprised me that they don't have that, but maybe it's too time consuming. Listen.
There was one that I saw coming in quite a bit. So any plans on releasing the game for Mac? I want to play the game on my
I can do that. Playing PvP?
Short answer is no.
Not yet, but I will. I'm planning on
middle
it eventually.
Answer is that supporting a new
even though there haven't been any updates for a year,
way more expensive than players think. It's incredibly expensive.
Wait, what was the question?
The middle answer is that
I want to play the game on my MacBook. Plans on releasing the game for Mac.
Really expensive from a tech development investment standpoint. It's not like dollars. It's the amount of bandwidth that would take our engineers to do that, and then it stays forever. Like you always have to update. You got a new build that's specifically for the MacBook or Mac computers. Right. You have to do a whole bunch of stuff. Even in Unity, which is an engine that like makes those things easier, it's so much ongoing work, and it's a permanent addition to the time that an engineer on this team will have to like do forever.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry,
spend that money on actual content instead,
currently in the world to justify that investment. So either we grow and get more folks to be able to support that, or Macs take over the world in terms of like total PC market share, and then we're like, oh well, we got to go there.
Yes, it's a bit more of a never say never in terms of like if the game gets big enough.
Mac game, I resent that.
Why
does it matter? No, they don't. I'm sorry, they don't.
Yeah. And Macs get big enough.
Hey, Macs, wow.
But
Apple's do pretty
if
well.
you have the money laying around, if you have the dollars laying around,
few trillion.
Sorry.
I could like
dollar wise
spend a couple of dollars as well.
Fair. Computers.
Also, the player that asked that said thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay. Do you have any plans on realizing Pantheon and Azir anytime soon?
I can neither confirm nor deny anytime soon.
Looking at your comms, I'm like,
I can, but I'm choosing.
You can.
I can, but I'm choosing not to.
You can.
Oh.
Just
one.
Just
one.
One.
Yeah. I think soon we'll be telling the people what we've seen today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Azir?
What about birds?
Don't get me started. Next question, please.
We are very subtle here.
For Azir.
Will there be any adventure where you don't need to play other regions? I just want to spam the new champ in new adventures.
So I think the missing part of that is I want to spam the new champ in new adventures and still receive rewards, which because you can play the new champ in new adventures always. Yeah,
brand new bird.
Yeah, they mentioned I feel bored.
I didn't really keep up with it. He looked pretty sick though. I saw some images.
I mean, there is. It's good to register this feedback because there is a conflict between like here are new champions, here are new adventures, but also you can't always combine them. Is a bit of an awkward tension. So yeah, that's something to think about a bit more.
Yeah.
There's
always going to be a lot of complexity around how do we make so in addition to being a card game roguelite, we're also a hero collector, right? Like in that genre, one of the primary challenges / interesting things we get to do is think about how do we make your hero collection, your roster, feel good and satisfying in all different ways, right? We know, for example, there are champs in Noxus that are stronger than others. Everybody talks about Swain, right? We know that Aesol is the best Targon champion by a comfortable margin. So when you see those pips in your adventures, you're like, I'm going to use those. I want to like make sure I just like beat those things.
Yeah.
And then that can in part contribute to this feeling. Well, like I'm always using Asshole, I'm always using Swain as my like solutions for these problems that lore is presenting as a thing. Conversely, we don't want to suddenly be like, oh, you got to use only like Annie for all these things, or you can only use Nami,
the new guy.
Yeah, especially if players are not enjoyers of Yumi. We don't want to put Yumi on every single adventure pip where you're like, you feel that way.
That makes sense.
So it's a tough balance. Like,
and I do think new adventures can recontextualize old champions.
Can I be
if
real?
They have the right.
They should really have
adventure
region
power.
requirements
I
on
think
Nightmares.
Seraphine has a very unique
I don't know
power.
why they don't.
And hopefully made it more interesting to bring in old champs. And we, like you said, we want to recognize that, like, if you've been investing in your roster, when we put a 6.5 out that has a Bandle City like reward note on it, you're like, I've been preparing for this moment. Time to bust out the guy, like get my Teemo going. There's a tension there, and what I'm registering is with the new champion, I want more places to play it. So maybe not the event adventures, but like there should be more places to play it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you both. Sorry, there's a lot, so I'm trying to. Why is it strangely common to mulligan and get the exact same card?
Probably confirmation bias. I would say. Like, I think this comes down to like stats and a little bit of psychology, where you have multiple copies in your deck, so it can happen, and then you register less when it doesn't happen, but you register when it does happen. So those stick in your mind, and that slowly builds up until like, this happens all the time.
All that matters.
Humans love patterns.
Yeah.
And when they see a thing that reinforces a pattern, they
Lope knows something's wrong. She's noticing. She's like fiddling with the mic.
If player name is playing, just screw them over and over again. We do not have.
But we do that have
just for you though.
I thought it was just for Dave.
Next question.
Apparently, I'm having mic issues.
No, it's good.
So, hello. Yeah. Oh, is this working?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Awesome. Cool. And thank you to those in the chat to let us know, because I can't hear myself in a weird way.
Shout out chat.
Shout out chat. Shout out chat.
Fixed it with her aura. Yeah, just like that.
Oh, is there a possibility for co-op modes like labs before?
Ooh, this is something. So like way back when I joined the Path team, we pushed on a co-op initiative, and like. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get it there for, unfortunately, just like production reasons. It wasn't necessarily like the quality of the mode, but it is kind of growing a little crusty on a branch. There's still like a lot of work to actually get it like live, but hopefully that signals like we have interest in it. We want to return to it at some point.
Yeah, that co-op was something they said they were planning on doing.
We're excited about the opportunity.
They shelved it.
It's probably not coming anytime soon, but it is something that we're like, yeah, that could be really cool.
Soon, TM.
Yeah.
Why did you say crusty?
I think that would be like,
sorry,
a really big thing for Path. That would actually
probably
be
better.
Oh, Brian.
You mean like a pie crust?
To the moon.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Snack time. It's never too early for pie. All right.
Never too late for pie.
It's never too late.
It's always the right time for pie.
Can you please make it possible to convert wild cards to higher tier?
Oh, yeah. So the issue is, right, somebody, it's actually hardest in our game to collect. This is a PvP thing. In our PvP collection, it is hardest to collect the epic cards. There's just so many of them. We give you, the weekly vault gives you a way to get legendary, like wild cards
2 a.m.
easily, but
Hey,
there's
man,
no way
watch the
to
rest
kind of
tomorrow.
force it
You're
to
good.
give you epic wild cards.
This is a live stream, yeah. This is a live
probably
AMA
just
on
sitting on
Runeterra.
like a bunch of commons and a bunch of rares, and still unable to craft all of the epics, even though they've finished their commons and rares. This is kind of an unfortunate consequence of us just pivoting away from PvP.
Yeah.
Because normally you'd have more sets to absorb all of those things.
Right.
But we don't. So,
but if there are fewer cards, then they should be able to spend their commons in.
they can't, like, if they're maxed out on commons and maxed out on rares.
Yeah.
They can't craft epics with those materials.
Oh, right. But they are getting more green shards.
They are getting more green shards because of the dupage. But
Yeah.
it's just like no player likes having any currency just like maxed out.
Right.
Slowly accumulating with nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So I can understand the
Oh yeah, there's
disappointment there.
PvP. We forgot. Uh-oh.
I unfortunately think it's just like a consequence of the system. All the cards are still accessible. It's just like not extremely efficient. So my apologies.
I think it's a good time though also to talk a little bit about PvP. Just as a small update, because I know there are still many PvP enjoyers.
Read my mind.
So at the outset, I'll say our stance continues to be we're not going to put cards from TPOC into PvP. Pretty much.
There's been a bug where like one or two are appearing.
Not
so we gotta look
intentionally.
into
Not
that.
intentionally.
Yes, not intentionally.
And I think hopefully players are kind of familiar with the reasoning for why that is, but I'll just kind of repeat it. It takes a lot to playtest PvP to make sure formats feel good and balanced. All the cards that are in the current ecosystem have been playtested by a robust, big ol' lore team, and so that's why we feel good about it. And we don't have those resources or that time to do that for future cards. Even though players might say like, "Oh, hey, Warwick's not a complicated card. Why not go in?" We just don't want to disrupt the PvP ecosystem. There's like basically 3 outcomes that can happen if you introduce card. It either is not that good a card, in which it has very little impact, in which case we spend a bunch of effort. It's not 0 at all to take a PvE card and make it right for PvP, in which case that was a waste of time.
Right.
It's too powerful, and we've warped the meta, and we'll probably have to undo all of our work, so we wasted a bunch of stuff without changing the PvP ecosystem. And then the third outcome is it has an acceptable level of impact on the meta where it's like perfectly balanced and it like creates a new archetype, but doesn't damage like the entire overall ecosystem. And we got there by luck because we never tested that card in the first place.
Right. Yeah. No, I think the follow-up would be like, well, if it's overpowered, just balance it. And it's like we are not committing ourselves to balancing PvP. PvP is in a relatively balanced state, which there might be some PvP players being like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
But those cards have gone through hours of playtest and iteration focused on their PvP usage specifically. So they are within like an acceptable band. Whereas Warwick reads simple, would instantly dominate the meta. You'd play him in every PZ deck just because he is he doesn't use the stack. He's just an instant speed destroy.
Yeah, no,
so you'd have to change him and add a skill, which would slow him down, which would make him worse in path. And we don't want to, that's the other reason we don't want to balance PvP cards, is because we're majority path now, and touching those does affect your experience in path, and we don't want to make that worse.
That being said, PvP audience has held really steady pretty much this whole time. Like y'all, we see you and we appreciate you. Like you're all there. The decline in PvP has basically been almost non-existent relative to our announcement. It's definitely less than it used to be, but nowhere near what you might expect. So super kudos there. And I will say we are looking at least some things we can do for PvP, which is quality of life improvements. I constantly see people saying, could we do the animation speed up?
Yeah.
So that's a thing we're going to test out and see if it like breaks anything. And then if not, so even though PvP is not our focus, and from a content perspective, we will only continue to support the standard rotations and stuff like that, we will look at ways in which we can keep PvP getting better from a quality of life experience, because we see it, the activity there is still really robust.
And also shout out Aegis, who runs our community run tournaments. We fund them to have like actual cash prize pools. I wish I knew offhand where to check them out. Hopefully someone in chat can just like drop a link to their Discord or something. But yeah, they run weekly tournaments with like
I should drop a link to my own Discord.
By us.
just sneak that in there.
Yeah, people kind of treat the PvP game like you would Smash Melee, where it's not going to receive updates, but it's still like a thing you can, really dive into. It's like a very complex, skill expressive PvP game. So it's been cool to see that take off.
Yep.
Also, No Shoes Vlad said, add Fiddlesticks to PvP, ruin the game, I dare you.
Sure.
April Fools for one day.
April Fools.
Yeah.
It takes 2 sprints, three engineers.
Right. Someone quits over it.
The day we finally add Ash. All right. Okay, so I think we're going to hit a few of the AU versus League mains questions that came in. So kind of some of the questions that Rad behind the camera told me this is how I should hold my mic, so there's no issues in case you're like, why is she holding the mic weird? So these are questions about AU versus League mains, and yeah, I'm just going to go through them. Some of them were similar, so I'm going to read through 3, but they're all generally the same. I would love for you guys to answer why you decided to release skin-based decks instead of releasing champions that aren't in the game. Was it due to synchronization with the League of Legends event, or was it for another reason? Bring normal champs to POC. I don't need a completely different region. I wasn't getting all those shards and resources. Just to be totally useless, don't dilute resources. What do you have to say to the fans who were disappointed with the AU rollout and want to see more Runeterra Prime champions?
No disrespect to players, but using complete sentences and proper grammar makes it easier to read these. So future AMAs, like you don't have to be like English in the elite teacher level, but it's hard to parse some of these.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll start talking to spare you.
Shots fired.
From what maybe mic issues.
Yeah, I'm seeing right. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. What would I say to people who are disappointed to see AU stuff? Is frankly, there's more like Runeterra Prime coming for as far as the roadmap is currently scoped out, and it kind of has always been that way. We weren't expecting to go like AU into AU into AU. So it starts to sound weird when you say it repeatedly like that. But yeah, so it's that's something I think we could have been more clear on. Is like it's going to be AU, you know, for 6.8, 6.9, and then it's going to go back to Runeterra Prime for like quite some time. And then the other thing I would say is like
quite some time.
The Spirit Blossom was really popular. There were a lot of players who came in specifically for those champions and loved like this new mechanical take. And
they should
the world that we fleshed out.
Sync it up with League better.
So like
do it at the same time as League does it.
Everything for everyone.
And TFT?
There will be even within Runeterra Prime, there will be a champ that comes out. They're like, oh, I can't believe that they're doing I don't know, Urgot instead of Akali, which again, Urgot instead of Akali is a crazy decision.
Yes.
But like,
wow, wow,
there are people out there.
At least he didn't say Gragas.
Fan will be like, thank you for finally doing this. And I think like it's important for us. The bar can't be everyone loves everything because that's impossible, and I'll tell my hair out. But as long as everything has someone who like really loves it, like a lot of people who really love it, then that's something we should shoot for. So I'm sorry that you don't love AUs. You'll have Runeterra champs
people who give a damn about Runeterra.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
as far as we planned out, but we also want to serve the players who love AU.
This is like a whole conversation.
Also, there's now a player spamming.
I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about that afterwards.
We found the Urgot fan.
I don't have an Urgot design ready, but I'll figure it out for you. That's him.
Oh, but you have it.
There's also Star Guardian Urgot request, which is amazing.
That one I might have to pull some strings.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. Challenge accepted.
Somewhere there's an IP person at Riot that's just like extremely
upset. Ears burning,
yeah, don't even know why.
Cool.
And the mic is working.
Yay!
Nice. Yay! Awesome. And thank you. That was a wonderful, wonderful answer. Okay, cool. And let me make sure we hit. I want to make sure we hit all of our economy questions because I know folks really wanted to know about
pretty
those.
good.
I think we covered most of it. Yeah.
Well, I also want to say that the conversation isn't done here. Like we want to continue to if your question did not get answered or if I said something confusing, which I was worried about doing, don't just like run with it as like this is now
go
fact.
to Reddit instead.
Like, feel free to follow up with us. I think maybe my Blue Sky might be in the description, or I'm on Reddit every once in a while. Okay, yeah. So yeah, conversation doesn't have to end here. There were how many questions?
Over 100.
Yeah. So we had no shot of getting to that and answering live questions within an hour. So
yeah, right back in Runeterra. It was never gone.
Stuff. I'll try to.
You can still play PvP whenever you want. And apparently they're saying it's got a pretty steady
player so base. How much? We have 6 minutes left. So I'm gonna just.
We can't go a little longer.
Dangerous word. Don't
time.
say that out loud, man.
I could go a little longer. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit longer for y'all. Rad, can you go a little longer?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Rad's in.
Sweet. We're good. We're good. Let's go.
Okay.
We're going.
Oh, they have like a whole team behind the scenes.
Cool. Just check with our crew. Okay.
I assume they want more of us.
Amazing. Yes, and if you don't, let us know in the chat. We'll just see ourselves
Let us
out.
know if you want us to shut up.
Okay. Awesome. So I think we'll go up until 12:30 just to give us a new time. Okay, so economy, we already hit that. So champ kit design for Spirit Blossom AUs.
Oh, yes.
I'll read I think there were just like a few. So why 0-star Spirit Blossom Kindred's deck doesn't include Beast card, but her support pack for other champions has Beast card. She is the only champion that cannot level up with her own deck. What is the
I
Riot
don't have any
design
questions, but I still want to
philosophy for this?
let people know I'm there.
The design philosophy, in short, is that Zero Star is not an experience that we care to support. Champs are at 0 star for a very, very limited amount of time. We don't find them super interesting in that time. So we're unlikely to make changes to ensure that they always function at 0 star. It's actually why in Spirit Blossom, even though we were increasing the frag costs of some nodes, the 1 star stayed at 10 because it's like we don't want you spending a lot of time at 0 star. So the support kit has the beast included because obviously without the powers you need access to the beast. But the full champion itself, we just like want you to skip straight to 1 star. Hopefully in the future, this is something we've been discussing for like quite some time. We can find an opportunity to just be like, when I unlock a champ, it is at 1 star, which would actually enable us to maybe do some of the alternate win con champions who might need like passives to hold them back. So we can let them try to win their alt win con dream in the craziness that is Path.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, we haven't.
It feels weird playing stuff at 0 star. It's like,
thank you.
Might as well enable at least one of the things that makes
or
a
maybe
champion
two
what it is.
more about champ kit design. So, is it intended for Spirit Blossom Yasuo to not have a secondary region? If so, will you consider giving him a secondary region in the future? Feels kind of sad he's the only non-dual region champ.
It wasn't intended.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. He's supposed to be Ionian. I believe that is coming out in the next patch, which is like a week, 2 weeks from now.
I mean,
October
this is what happens when this is what happens when we let Spirit Blossom and Yone make decisions.
Yeah. No, he's supposed to be Spirit Blossom Ionian and will be shortly.
Okay.
And I have one more for you. Any chance we'll see some of the new 4-star powers that Spirit Blossom champs have entered the general pool? Evelyn's Bathe in Blood, Teemo's Pilfered Plans, and Kindred's Overkill all feel like they'd be fun and generally useful enough to be worth including in the rotation.
Any chance? Yes. We like if we design a power, we might as well. And runes,
Overkill's like, been really good, by the way. Overkill is actually kind of insane.
Anytime we design a power, it behooves us to use it like as much as we can. I don't think that we've necessarily done a pass on those to be like, okay, which ones go in the pool? We kind of wanted runes to feel like the place to get them right now. But yeah, it's a good chance, honestly. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. I'm going to hit a few of the live questions now, so I'm just going to be kind of bouncing back and forth. Can you reduce countdown timer for the Glory store and the Emporium store almost a whole month to get an epic relic? Is frustrating, and there are so many relics, you just can't get the relic you want.
Oh, there it is.
Reduce the...
They want like the, at least for the Golden Reliquary, to go down from 28 days or 30 days.
Oh, so not the Glory. Well,
it's both.
Kind of both.
Kind of both, yeah.
Yeah, that's something we should talk about further because generic epic relics have become basically more and more difficult for us to design. And so you've probably noticed that we've slowed down in our release of those. It's not like it'd be more fun to have more of them in there, but in terms of like where we're spending our design bandwidth, they end up eating a lot for what they do. So the pool as it stands is something that we are happy with for now. It doesn't mean that we won't release more, but if we release more, then letting you be able to just kind of like snap them up instantly removes a little bit of like that feeling of progression of just like working towards something. I'm not 100% sure where I stand on this stuff.
There's I'll speak a little bit more to the Golden Reliquary. So from a game design long-term view of the player journey perspective, it's important that we like gradually introduce complexity, right? Like it's not actually a good experience for someone to get every single card at every single rarity with every single epic relic at every single moment right out the start and say, go. That's actually a bad player experience. For a veteran person who knows all these things already, that feels good, and that's why you work toward that state.
They don't want to
But we
overload the
do
new
want
player
to think
with so many
about
options.
every part
They
of
have no idea
players'
what's good and what
journeys.
isn't.
So the new player should not get access to a whole bunch of epic relics, which radically change builds when they don't even understand yet how to play the game. So gradual introduction of complexity, and epic relics are complex, which is why we see lots of cool threads on Reddit about, hey, what's the right build for this new champ with these new things. So that's one part. From a different aspect, epic relics represent some of the most powerful things you can do in the game, and we don't say charge you money for them.
Right.
Like, so there is a degree to which, as you want to get access to more stuff in the game, we ask you, the player, to put in some sort of like effort to make that happen. So one of those ways is to log in like every month to get the cool new thing. And both of these things work in tandem.
Right.
Of course, not everything is like that, but in the case of epic relics, because of the high bar of what they represent from the power expression, as well as the complexity it introduces, we feel like the current pace for golden reliquaries feels like a reasonable way to do it. We could convert it where they're all in like, a golden reliquary and just can only spend money in order to buy them. And we're not going to do that.
I think they should just.
It's also important to register like this person is saying this because the experience is frustrating. So it's like, what are ways that we can unfrustrate the experience?
I guess that'd be like weird. It's like either wait 28 days or spend money.
The pick 3 tech that we have
sends the wrong
from
message.
Prismatics, where it's like, oh, you open it and at least you aren't just like given something random. You can pick one of 3. Again, I wish tech could just like easily translate like that. If it could, we would have done that already.
Right.
But it is like, I like the idea. I think that is a better experience for those generic epics. And so in lieu of that, like, it's easy to say 1 month, and it's got the number 1. It feels short, but like a month is a long time.
It is.
Even as a tech artist, I'll do it for
there
free.
are ways that we
give
can,
me
like,
one afternoon. Give me a pizza.
Or like,
I'll get it done.
I'm not sure.
Right.
It's something we need to look at, but like you said, there are considerations for player complexity, kind of like, we want it to be something that feels like it's worth coming back for. So there's a lot of factors.
Yeah. And in the case of golden reliquaries, we do let you pay sometimes for certain ones of those things. They are in the Emporium. So different people who have different ways of wanting to acquire content.
Did I miss anything?
We have some of those.
I mean, it's been going on for like 90 minutes.
Like you said,
like an hour.
we'll think about it. But we do have reasons for why we've done it in these certain ways.
I don't really have a TLDR. I hope there's one on Reddit later.
Considered, and it will take a lot of more.
Mostly just talking about Spirit Blossom,
whether
like
we
the
change it up
economy of the event.
This is, I think, a question bouncing off of that regarding Glory Store Relic. Can the not bought relics not appear again, at least for a while, reduce timer on the weekly reset, or having an option to banish the relic that you can later re-enable?
Yeah.
Team is awesome. We love them. True.
It was intended that you would not see the same relic again for a while. So that might have not quite made it in. I know we have that tech, so I need to double check about like what state it's in. That's probably the simplest one. I know that there might be some situations where it's like, oh no, here's Starforge Gauntlets, and I bought the last thing, so now it's going to disappear, and it's going to disappear for a while, which is also not like a great feeling. So yeah, there have been talks about like ways to maybe, you could spend 20 glory to re-roll the bucket. Right, and like
it's a new feature too.
Something new.
So.
Right, yeah, it's a new feature. You've had it for a month, but it is something we want to continually invest in. And I can imagine that the Glory Store next year will look like, at least somewhat different, and will continue to evolve. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Have there been considerations for implementing an achievement system with wacky / hard to do challenges in them?
Yes. I made all of the current achievements in our game, and it's very fun. Our quest system is kind of outdated. It's not my favorite thing to work with.
You are so kind when you say it that way.
as well as like what we need to solve is the presentation of them.
That's sick.
Like, I want to add a bunch of goofy achievements, but
no, dude, please add that, please. I will play so much more Rune Terra with
you
that.
Having to like scroll for a full minute to get to the achievements. Nor would I want to like make them hidden achievements, because I just like I'm not a huge fan of that personally. But it is something that I've been talking about with our UX designer Suida.
Achievement,
like how could we possibly have
is something
just like more cool
that was
little
mentioned at the mystery
objectives,
event
Easter eggs,
1.5 years ago.
track your feats if they're super challenging, stuff like that.
I either want like the champ mastery page we have converted into like an achievements thing checklist, but that's like really hard because we looked at that, or like on every champion's like main constellation page, there's like a new thing that says achievements at the bottom, and it's just like a cool checklist of like basic things. Everyone's going to say beat Lissandra with this champion, but then there might be like a extra specific one for Yumi or whatever.
Right. Yeah, like a Teemo specific achievement that's just like plant 1 million shrooms.
Right.
In one
hell
game,
yeah.
exactly. Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Challenge accepted.
Right. And in one turn.
In one turn. Yeah.
It's been done.
Yeah.
Has it been done? I just made that up. Oh, okay.
I've done that. Yeah, I've done. It's been done. Don't worry about it.
Content now. All right.
Oh, one quick one I'm going to answer for everyone. There's been lots of questions like, will you put X League main into the game? I saw like Cassiopeia and Hui. Yes. So you don't have to ask that one anymore.
Yeah.
It will happen.
I've also seen some people be like, what about current non-champions promoting Zolani and Cythria and stuff like that?
Please, yes.
Yeah, we want Chip as a champion at some point.
Yeah.
No, okay, Chip is cute, but
finally,
Zolani, please.
Finally a champion stronger than 4-star Asol.
Yeah, just Chip. Chip is the only one.
1-star Chip,
That's actually really funny.
Galactic being of unlimited power.
Or
not
stronger than Asol.
All contained in this dense object.
Yeah. Chip at a neutron star.
Yeah.
Actually, on that note, that's a really good segue into going back to some of the earlier questions. So there was questions surrounding the around game feedback. So the new rune system UI feels cluttered and visually inconsistent with the rest of the game. Do you have plans to redesign it so it better matches the clean look and feel of lore overall?
So this is interesting feedback, and to be honest, not stuff that's come up very often. So that I did one was like, oh, okay. I'll definitely say up front is that the information we try to convey on the page is a lot. It's a tough space to be in fundamentally. So we definitely put a lot of work to make sure the different states like owned versus bounded versus equipped, and then the currency amounts you have, the balance of runes you do have, and all that stuff is like conveyed in the most effective way possible. So it's a page that's doing a lot of work that's really hard to do well. And I think we did a pretty decent job.
It that much, honestly.
This was interesting feedback. Very often, and I think what I'd ultimately say is we'll take a look and we'll think about it, but we already had done a bunch of work to get it to the place where it is. So yeah, it's something we'll take back, but I definitely don't think it's like a yes or anything.
No,
like that.
there aren't plans.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
Look at you.
I just pasted the whole chat in the doc. That's not what you want. All right.
Chat.
Shout out chat. All right.
Chill.
I'm just gonna hop around a little bit.
There's one I said like I saw that like why don't you have paid adventures?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that's interesting. But this lets me nerd out a little bit about product stuff.
Yeah, go for
it. So in principle, it's definitely a place to think about and explore, but you have to do a lot of considerations about like how much, like what is that value to a player? How many people would actually pay for it? If we charge like 1 cent, yeah, probably people would do a lot, but would it be the amount worth the effort that comes back from it? Like probably not, right? Certainly at certain price points, it wouldn't make sense. So, and that's true for like all content kind of things that ultimately get decided. I'll give you like a pretty good example. So we have a whole bunch of bundles for Spirit Blossom. One of them is that welcome bundle that I like, the price for that is 190 coins. So a lot of people bought it. It's like not even close to our remotely successful bundle. It's like way down in the bottom, like, fifth of bundles in terms of revenue generation for us. So I think a lot of players have assumptions that like if you price things cheaply and a lot of people buy it, it like will do well. And that's just time and time again proven not true.
Right.
So then if I'm talking about, well, all right, if doing a paid adventure for super cheap won't be super great, what will I charge for it? And it's like, oh, maybe I charge like say $50 for it. Well, who wants to pay $50 for an adventure that you have all these great adventures for free that you can do repeatedly with a whole bunch of champs?
Right.
So like, what's the value proposition for a person to do a paid adventure? So it's a good idea to explore on its face, but then you have to think about for the person who's being asked to spend like $1 or $5 or $50 for that thing, are they really getting?
Do you think that
like,
was an
their
experiment?
money's worth? Does that experience is that
it's probably the highest value thing you can get in all of Runeterra currently.
Why wouldn't I just play a regular free adventure that gets released like every month?
revenue-wise, it's just
as
awful.
a designer, if you told me like, hey, we're gonna release a $50 adventure, I would be like, I don't know how to make an adventure feel worth that much. Like my first thought would be like, well, it would just be really rewarding.
Pool party
like,
Ari.
That's a shortcut.
It's
to
the
do it,
final
but
boss.
At that point, you're just like buying stuff with extra steps. I don't love the idea. I would so much prefer that like our adventures continue to be free. I know Hearthstone, I think, tried paid adventures for a bit and ended up like winding them down because it didn't make sense from a product standpoint.
Yeah.
You know?
If we could do it for absolutely free, I still don't like from a development standpoint.
Oh, okay.
Like if it didn't cost us, like we just snap our fingers as devs to make it, I still don't think it would necessarily be a great idea, because we'd rather just like you play your champs in as many adventures as you can.
Right.
And it doesn't feel
I think
like
Pool Party is in 2x scale actually.
But it's like it's a great idea to start with and think about. So I'm not saying like it was a bad idea to conceptualize. We come up with ideas that we end up rejecting all the time.
I'm pretty sure.
We start from a place. So I think it's really good to like think about it and suggest it. But there's a lot of like questions you have to ask yourself to finally be like, well, yes or no to that decision.
Right.
And that comes both from a game design lens and a product lens when you make these calls, specifically around monetization.
Thank you both. There's a question about legend level cap increase. There's folks that are reaching 80 soon.
Of course.
Cool.
We love it.
When we kind of love it. We're happy with the amount of gameplay that you're enjoying. But I know that there was frustration last time we reached 11 level cap. I never really want to spend like design resources on it. So like I've had in my head, if it was more of like an Overwatch style, like you reach the end and kind of start to like rotate around through a set of loot. And I actually think like something like that would feel better because we could update those rewards so that they're actually relevant. Because right now I know that if you're like maybe legend level 40, some of the rewards you're getting are relevant to a Path of Champions, like a pre-constellation Path of Champions, where it's like, look, a gold vault. And you're like, I eat gold vaults for breakfast. This is so
it's pretty bad actually.
But that said, that takes effort. So in the short term, extending it, probably likely. I don't want you to have the frustration of hitting the cap.
God
I think we're at about the year since the last
this
time we
looked
did
like
it,
such a
and
small thing to
planned for it.
change, and everything.
But
is
in
just
the
like,
longer term, I would
so
love
many
for it
resources.
to be just
Can
like
Riot
more
give some
relevant
money
and
to
make
poor old
more
Runeterra?
sense to you. It's rough with some of these like inherited features where it's like we're sustaining something that like doesn't 100% make sense for like what we would want our full package to be.
Cool.
Also, what I said was just an idea, not planned, not a roadmap at all. Just thoughts in my brain, my designer
Don't
brain.
quote him.
Yes,
We're doing it live.
Doing it
Coming
live.
next patch. No.
Awesome. This is actually a question
Does
that
this have to make
came in
profit now?
earlier,
Not
but also I've
direct-
noticed
you can
folks
ask it in the
asking
chat.
so I will cover it now. Has there been has it been considered to do an endless adventure or an offline mode, since the game is PvE centered, being able to play POC without being connected all the time?
So endless adventure and offline mode are two different things. Offline mode, answer is real simple, no. Offline modes will not happen, primarily because it will mean that people can hack the client into an experience that allows them both to basically cheat themselves all the content for free and introduces a high risk of players getting malware. Like, low people who don't exactly know will click on the wrong thing, install a game that's like, hey, it's Legends of Runeterra, but it's actually a hacked APK that has like malware and stuff like that. Happens all the time across a bunch of things. I even see it like on Steam, which has like a better.
I would have fallen for that. Thank you, Eric, for protecting me without even knowing it.
Being online all the time protects players, and it's an important security device for them. as well as like not allowing you to like hack yourself to give yourself infinite number of coins. So there's a lot of considerations there for why offline mode will not happen. Endless mode, on the other hand, being able to play all the time, very different. And we do have ideas for that.
We do have ideas for that. Yes. Nothing concrete or in like the very near future, but there's a feature that has been repeated very regularly, like a drum beat that would be, I don't know if it was, I don't know if it exactly was infinite, but also like every time we discuss it, it kind of changes in form. But at some point it was like a place to kind of infinitely push yourself as far as you could go.
Yeah, that's really
so sick. Yes, it is something we are,
I think that would be fantastic content, but it does need to get harder. It doesn't need to be actually
I have
endless.
to call this one out. Will we get a Poro Queen? That is a great question, and I would love that. So just Poro Queen. I can't. Don't quote me.
Queen?
But yes, that sounds great.
Gotta manifest that. Gotta manifest that.
Manifest the Poro Queen.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, y'all.
That's a funny question.
Okay.
I love that question. It's great.
It was a great question. Is there any intention to add another region that isn't an AU?
There's a Fiddlesticks. Can we get a Fiddle Plank?
There's a Void fan.
A Void.
So one thing that was like a nice byproduct.
Unless eventually we already got the exit. No, it's not, because there are modifiers that make it so that the enemy nexus can't die until round 5.
Remember
or
like, that flow and that
they
impact,
can't go below 1 health.
And
there are ways to stop one shot
that we could consider. However, there was a question earlier about Spirit Blossom Evolution.
I think that's fine. Like
adding a 12th
good at
region
maybe others
into like the set of regions you can get will like slightly reduce the chance of all the other things. And like that kind of dilution is not something like going from 11 to 12 probably fine. Thinking about the slippery slope of like, okay, what about when that's 20 regions? And yes, we have the glory store to like help mitigate that somewhat, but you still do open a lot of like chests that randomly pick the region. So it also does add a little like level of complexity and confusion. There's now a new region to just like consider if you are a new player, but it's not off the table.
This actually plays really nicely into a question that we received earlier of could the UI in the world adventure map be improved so it can be less cluttered with the adventures not cleared with that champion like in the nightmare maps or the event maps?
Yes, absolutely yes. It's definitely one of my biggest pet peeves of the game, and Suida has Figmas all ready to go.
Suida's our UI UX designer for those who don't know.
Figma is a tool where you make UXs.
Why don't players know all the things I know? Why would I need to
the
explain nouns and verbs and proper names? So yes, we won't fix it for sure.
Okay, good to know.
Cool.
Yeah, I do think the whole
will you add a way to
UI could have a bit of an overall
rewards in one go? There's too much clutter between the single rune vault, the single daily vault, and the glory quest XP.
So this is like end of run screen stuff. Yes, I do believe that we have very recently allocated some time for like some end of run acceleration stuff. So I don't know the exact status of that, but like, again, I mentioned before, quests are not my favorite thing to work at. They are very old tech. So getting in there and improving it might take a little longer than expected, but it is, yes, that flow is starting to get like a little long.
Awesome. Any chance Mbessa, Mel, and Warwick and future non-SB champions will receive current Spirit Blossom level up animation treatment? It is so simple yet so effective.
The short answer is, actually, I'll take it back. There is no genuinely short answer. We love that the player feedback around the Spirit Blossom level ups was generally quite positive. We certainly agree that we like it more than the original generic level up we had with Warwick and Bessa. We think it's probably players are telling us that it's also better than the kind of like,
just make them do a little
regional based one where we have for
no MP4 necessary.
So I would say we aspire to that. but the time around being able to do
They will add
that
a specific
is
item
pretty
that give you the
limited.
power to
It
skip
was,
non-boss.
Loeb can speak very strongly to
There's
how
no shot
much
there's gonna
effort it
be
was and
an
how
item
long
that
it
lets you
took to
skip
get those
content.
Spirit Blossom champs level ups the way they were. Like it took months and months and months and months of work. And so if we are getting to a point where we're going to start introducing brand new to lore champions like Shaco, Karki, Dr. Mundo, Rakan Azaya, like, Cassiopeia, Hui, all these champs, that's a lot to do in a year. So we got to start getting the resources and spreading that out over time that we can do it sustainably. We can't do 36 of those champions in 1 year.
Right.
That's just not possible.
So wait,
right
what did
now
they
with
say
this
takes
team.
long? Is it
It's probably
the level
not
up
possible?
animation?
Even the old size lore team. That's an enormous amount of content to make in a short amount of time. But we want to do it more than 6 times a year. So we love that you guys love it. We think it is a better experience, and we want to do it too. So we're gonna try.
Okay, so it is a level up. Yeah, I don't
We
know.
just don't know exactly what timing, and we don't know which champions when get applied.
Do you know how the lonely
And they're
Poro
super fun to
flips
work
where
on,
you
so
play
we'll
another
definitely
Poro and
look
it becomes
into
a
it and
Jubilant
see,
Poro? Just make
what's
level ups like
possible.
that, like Jim.
Because we also just have such awesome card art, and so adding motion to it is always just really exciting to see.
Yeah.
So we're with you there. I saw a question coming through about.
Is there a hard one yet?
Is there a hard?
Everything's just hard question. Everything's
A
just been
hard
straight
I
up.
mean,
question.
we didn't answer the Poro Queen question.
That was a tough one.
We
Yeah.
manifested it.
We manifested
I
it. She's
don't
coming
know if
soon.
we did.
Oh no!
Release the Poro Queen.
Yeah.
That's,
Release the Poro
Oh
Queen.
yeah, hashtag release the Poro Queen.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, boy.
You heard it here first. Okay, so this is actually about rune stars. So how do you plan on implementing rune stars for the normal regions? Do you plan on releasing region by region each patch? Sorry, this is 3 questions. I'll ask the first one. How do you plan on implementing rune stars
Maybe
for the
answer with
normal
Phil again.
regions?
Well,
When are we getting Flora,
Okay.
Fatalis,
Do you want me to say all 3?
It seems like, yeah. Go
Okay,
in the
cool.
game?
So first
just
question.
read the last one.
The last one
Yeah.
is, will each region get a legendary rune for each champ in that region?
Yeah. So the plan is not settled for this. However, we have built this feature, so it makes sense to reuse it for the existing roster of champs.
Yeah.
What we don't know are the details of rune acquisition. So that's still something to figure out. However,
How many viewers do they have?
they probably won't. We almost certainly won't drop all
Almost
11
400.
existing regions at once, because that is a lot of content to push through at once.
Yep.
And when we do a lot of content at once, they're way more likely to make mistakes. So it might be batched into a few regions at a time. And then the legendary per champion, not sure yet. I think we'll want to talk more about how that felt for Spirit Blossom, and whether we want to commit to that, or whether legendary should feel a little less targeted, because maybe that's what signature relics are for.
Right. Just all Shreem champions, all Shreem units get +5/+5.
As a rune?
Sure.
This is why I'm the designer.
Fine. +6/+6.
Better.
Plus 6. This is actually a great question, and something that is I've seen in multiple earlier questions and the live chat. So questions about, I don't know why I would keep saying that, questions about maybe giving us some options to change our starting deck to some degree. And while I'm at it, maybe more pre-adventure customization in general.
Yeah. So there's a tension between the pre-adventure customization and power, and the roguelite part of how much kit you are bringing in. And if you love card games, then I recognize that kind of
Need
deck
more cutting up then,
customization
yeah.
is where you do your self-expression. That's
I have a
big part of,
CC. What is a
card
CC
games?
question?
This is how I show
Custom card?
myself. These are the combos that I want to do, or this is the play style that I want to have. But you are bringing it into an adventure that is trying to present you random things and entice you with them to
content
also
creation?
add a bit
Yeah,
of
man, okay,
modification
yeah,
to
sure.
how you were playing. It wants to ask you to adapt and see something. That's where a lot of our variety comes from. So right now, as it stands,
multi-streaming worth it, or is
Epic
guiding
Relics
everyone
are
to one
really
place a better
powerful.
option? Kind of off the
You can
benefit,
pretty
that's
much
what I think.
force exactly the playstyle you want and kind of ignore the cards in the run, which is not ideal. Yeah, it's part of the reason we designed
guiding
some of
everyone to one
the
place.
minor star powers of cards you acquire in run have additional item.
No, I think multi-streaming is always better.
Starting deck,
because the people that are going to watch on YouTube are going to be watching on YouTube anyway. The people that are going to watch on Twitch are going to watch on Twitch anyway.
Could have
I don't think you lose out on viewers or like spread your viewer base.
Granted, that is not the same amount of customization that you are asking for, but I just thought I'd like pull it back into like what elements are fighting against each other. Currently, the deck that you bring in already has items attached to it, so it is pretty hard to get you to want to have new cards. So letting you customize that further would make that even harder, where you would just be frustrated at every reinforcement that the game forces you to take. I know some people already would rather skip those, but they're what adds texture to a run. So we're in kind of a delicate balance there. Yeah, haven't quite figured that one out.
Yeah, sameness over runs is actually bad.
Yeah,
even though you think,
man, if you have any questions, just reach out to me on Discord.
That actually in the long term is less
easiest to reach there.
Right.
Yo, thank you for gifting a sub, dude.
Great.
Noshu's Vlad gifted a tier 1 sub to Hero 5.
Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you.
This is lunch for us.
Yeah.
So
yes.
But also,
do you have Discord? Just at Snnuy LOR.
Yeah. All right. So we have one.
There you go.
Was there
If you have any
a
questions,
question
just shoot it
particular
there.
that- No.
No.
Okay. So boop, 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 boop. Let's see. There's so many. Okay.
Oh, they're still going.
Oh, will we get more difficult adventures to make it more exciting to use our higher starred champions? Currently, even the highest difficulty content is too easy for the highest star champions.
So, yes, there was also, I remember a question about de-starring and whether the
Are we also allowed to send videos of dogs
so
being
I'm
good
going
in
to fold that in
Snnuy
there.
LOR?
as
If they're
well, because
cats,
that,
yes.
That de-starring
Dogs,
question is ultimately saying,
I'll make an exception
which
for
is
you.
There is content in the game that I am not finding difficult enough for me to progress my champions.
Yeah.
And that is just not a world that we want to live in. But when we release very difficult content, there are players who struggle a lot with that. And we know that, like,
Yeah, that's why you do de-starring, right? So you can make it hard
there
yourself.
are players who may not have the skill to beat that even with a 6-star. I know we're getting a lot of our questions from socials, and I want to recognize that if you are a player who is engaging with social media for any game, you are probably one of the better players of that game. You are a gamer. You are like continually showing up. You're talking about the game. You're thinking about the game.
Should have for an AMA on a work day.
On a work day, yeah. There are a lot of players who are.
You're watching an AMA on a Friday evening. That's
so
crazy.
For us to ship 7.5 stars, 8 stars, that does cater to the people on Reddit who are asking for these things. But there's a lot of players who would find de-starring a pointless and unfun feature. Like, they bought this cool power and now you're just telling them they can turn it off. Like, why would they do that? It just doesn't make sense. So we are thinking about other ways that you could modify the challenge that you're going into in a way where that is not the only difficulty set for players. Like, ways you can maybe stack more challenge on top of an adventure for fun that might involve maybe nullifying some of your powers, but it probably is not going to be like full de-starring.
I mean, I think that's fair. I think
There's
challenges are
there's a
usually better.
mic
Like
issue. Is it
the masks I showed from Wild Frost earlier.
Oh.
Just hand it over. No. Hand it over to.
Oh, Brian.
Yeah.
Oh. Cool.
You don't need to repeat the answer. It was perfect in every way. And
was it? Hopefully, it was picked up.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, they didn't hear.
Oh crap! I said so much.
I know.
It was immaculate. It literally solved every problem in the world.
Christ.
It's crazy how well this game at that.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
We still have a few minutes. So
Yeah.
We can do a summary version.
Oh my god! Remind me of the question because I just like blacked out.
No, I totally get that. I do that a lot on these. Okay.
It was about de-starring and
right,
difficulty
and
hard
adventure
chance.
difficulty. Thank you. I'm clearly getting hungry. So yes, there are. Did they already hear the part where? Do they just want me to say?
Do the TLDR. Do
Yeah.
the TLDR.
People on social media, you are better at the game than other people. So the things that you are asking for will have like different focuses. It's not necessarily representative of the full player base that we're trying to serve, who would not enjoy if we released 7.5 star, 8.5 star, 9-star adventures. So we are talking about ways where players can optionally modify difficulty in a way that might nullify their star powers or counter them without like literally just like removing them, because a lot of players would not really use that feature. There are a few that would, but there are a lot who'd be like, why would I buy a star just to turn it off?
So that would go so hard though. Imagine just being able to modify your adventure with like
it's weird that you cut out
have
the world
items
piece,
on your cards.
but it's fine.
It would be
It was
so good.
TLDR.
Just like anything, any kind of like.
Okay, awesome. Well, we
modifier that makes it harder, and maybe I get some better rewards, or I get like a rating for it.
And really appreciate y'all's feedback. It only allows us to improve the game that we all love so much.
Yeah, exactly. I think they underestimate.
I definitely want to say that. Like it's important that y'all. What?
You just said all that.
Exactly.
It's weird that you also solve world peace. Everyone's good at that. I have no world peace.
Mario Maker before Adventure.
But what I'll say is,
yeah, I mean, I'll say this.
Thank you so much for players to give
I had
us
a call.
continually
Okay,
this
hold on.
feedback.
I'll do it after this.
It's the most important part of our job is to listen to what you guys are doing from a feedback perspective, and there's nothing you guys can say that isn't helpful. We'll listen. We may not always give you a response that you're like super thrilled about because we have a lot of considerations, but your feedback's super important to us. And I want to make sure people get the good takeaway from here that we've heard you on Spirit Blossom. And while we can't do a ton of fixes in the immediate moment based on the frustrations you guys are feeling, which we think are valid or have like good points, we're taking those lessons away. Future AU events, which will not happen in this form. We'll continue to be delivering your mains at the pace that we can as fast as possible within all of our kind of like different constraints. But we're also ultimately trying to build a game that lasts for years and years and years. And that means making AUs. That means like continuing to evolve and do better on monetization and engagement and all the things that like ultimately have you coming back and supporting this game that we know you guys love. And we'll always try to do that as to the best of our ability. And that comes from conversations with you guys about these things. So, I have said this before, I'll always say it is a privilege to work on a game as awesome as Lore. And it's a privilege to work for players that are as passionate as you guys. And so
we're not angry, we're passionate.
And that's why we're here.
I don't think I could say that any better. Yeah.
You solved world peace.
Wow, just playing Lore is solving world peace.
Yeah. All right, thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Huge.
My mic, the best.
Yeah, clearly.
I mean, that was good. It just goes to show like how close and how cool the team is, right? I think that's the main takeaway almost every time. So what's changing? I mean, nothing's really changing. They're gonna take another pass at the economy, they said, so the economy for the alternate universe stuff will look different in the future. But aside from that, I think we can just expect 2 champions to release every month. But yeah, I was showing the masks or the heat system earlier of Wild Frost, and I think it's honestly pretty important to have something like that if you just want your content to be more recyclable. They're not adding new adventures to Nightmares. Like there's 2 here, man. Well, 3 in total. There's 1 in Bilgewater. There's 2 here. But if you have like a heat system and maybe like a leaderboard or something, you fix all of those problems because those kind of challenges become like infinitely replayable. Like I want to play this where I have a modifier where none of my cards can have items, or where my champion is level 1 again, or I don't have any stars. But I do think that an achievement system will kind of solve that same issue. So if they have an achievement system and you just get different ways to play adventures to complete achievements, it's not quite the same, but it does help because it's more of playing it in that way. Okay, well, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna be back on Sunday or Monday. I will update my stream schedule ASAP. Hope you guys enjoyed, mostly just the React Andy stuff, even though I didn't react that much. They said everything that they could say. But I'll be back very soon. We're going to play Bazaar, we're going to play Runeterra, and we might even play some Hades 2 again. Have a great weekend, chat. I'll see you very soon. Thanks for sticking with me through all this Runeterra nonsense. Bye-bye!